The handouts or review materials must be treated with utmost confidentiality. It shall be the responsibility of the person whose name appears therein that the handouts or review materials are not photocopied or in any way reproduced, shared, or lent to any person or disposed in any manner. Any handouts or review materials found in the possession of another person whose name does not appear therein shall be prima facie evidence of violation of RA 8293. Top-notch review materials are updated every 6 months based on the current trends and feedback. Please buy all recommended review books and other materials.
Welcome everybody to the orientation to the October 2023 Top-Notch online program. So we'll have this orientation into 3 parts. We will have the general orientation, the orientation to the Mother Goose sections and Mother Goose sessions, as well as mentoring, and the rules and regulations. So 3 parts to. We'll start with our program director. While waiting, let me introduce you to our program director, no? Dr. Enrico Paulo Banzuela. Nakalimutan ko palang i-introduce yung sarili ko. Sorry na mga B. I'm Dr. Nina Katrina Banzuela and Dr. Broly Banzuela is my brother. Okay, so mukha naman. Feeling ko magkamukha na kami kasi medyo payat na siya ngayon. Char lang. Okay, our program director graduated from the University of the Philippines College of Medicine, class 2005, had his Master in Educational Entrepreneurship from the University of Pennsylvania Graduate School of Education, had his Master in Health Professions Education in the University of the Philippines Manila National Teachers Training Center for the Health Professions, also Master of Health Professions Education and from the University of Maastricht, he's a current student there. Management Development Program from the Asian Institute of Management, had a postgraduate certificate in teaching evidence-based healthcare from the University of Oxford, the Unit Head, Curriculum and Instructions, Office of Medical Education of the San Beda University College of Medicine, the Chairman for Physiology from the San Beda College of Medicine, Associate Profession 2, so again, the course coordinator, the chairman for physiology from the San Beda College of Medicine, associate professor 2, also in San Beda College of Medicine, guest lecturer for Ateneo School of Medicine and Public Health, St. Luke's Medical Center, your physiology teacher here in Top-Notch Medical Board Prep. Co-author of the IM Platinum series, including Surgery Platinum, Pedia, OBGYN Platinum, the past president for the Philippine Society of Physiologists, and a fellow of the Philippine Society of Physiologists. Let us all give a warm welcome to the virtual floor to my brother, pinaka-pogi ko yung kapatid mga B. Alright, Dr. Enrico Paulo Banzuela. Doc Broly, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. What a nice itong rainy day natin. Pero first day after your internship, so let's do this, okay? Let me share my screen. So let me give you now the orientation to the Top-Notch online program, okay? So first, why are you here? Okay, you're here more than anything else to get that powerful PRC license. Okay, you're here to pass the med boards more than anything else. You're here for that, okay? I don't care whether you're a graduate of UP, a graduate of UST, a graduate of Harvard. Without the PRC license, there's always that feeling na parang incomplete, na parang hindi pa tapos yung laban, okay? So you're here more than anything else to pass the med boards, okay? But there's also another reason why you're here, okay? For a lot of students, you're here, okay, for redemption. What do I mean, okay? In med school, most of us didn't get the grades that we wanted. In med school, most of us just survived using handouts, using Samplex. We never were able to read the textbooks that we wanted to read. We were never able to learn the things we needed to learn to become good residents, to become good physicians. So ngayon yung bawi, okay? That was my feeling when I was taking my board exams. Itong boards na to, parang bagong mundo, bagong liga, okay, a new page in my new chapter sa buhay ko. So during my board exams, talagang binuhos ko na, binigay ko na rin lahat talaga, okay? I exerted complete effort, complete concentration in trying to pass and trying to learn what I was supposed to learn during med school pero hindi ko natutunan. So if you're aiming for that, you're aiming to pass, you're aiming to redeem yourself, you're aiming to learn so that you may learn the things you need to learn in preparation for um, general practice or residency, then welcome to Topnotch. We will help you. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay, now, I've been doing this for I've been teaching since 2005. Okay, Topnotch has been here since 2007. So we've been here for 17 years. Okay. I'm dedicated to education, guys. Later on in the program, I will tell you why I don't practice anymore, why I've decided that my career track will be purely teaching. Okay. In the past 17 years, I've taken 2 masters, taking my third. Both of them are in education, previously discussed by Nina. Okay. In those 17 years, we've had a lot of students of all types. Magaling, pasaway, okay? Relatively chillax, super OC, okay? We've had all types. We had so much experience, okay? And theories, okay, coming from the masters, experience coming from the students and the way we conducted it. So every once in a while, I'll get this question. What does it take to pass the board exams? Ano do kailangan talaga para pumasa yung mga estudyante namin? Ano daw ang kailangan gawin para pumasa ako? So, based on the literature and based on our experiences, okay, I can say that there are 3 ways that you can pass the med boards. 3 very different ways para pumasa. So, what are those ways to pass the med boards? First, pathway. Having excellent grades during med school. This is proven by evidence in both the USMLE and in the med boards of Pilipinas. The higher your grades in med school, the higher your chances to pass. The lower your grades in med school, the lower your rank, for example, the lower your chances to pass. Is that fair? If you'll think about it, it's supposed to be fair. Kasi kung nag-aral ka, kung mataas yung nakuha mong grades during med school, of course, logically, dapat mas mataas yung chances mo to pass compared to someone na hindi masyadong nakapag-aral, hindi masyadong maganda yung grades. And the statistics found by researchers for both the USMLE and the Philippine boards prove that. Okay? Mataas ang grades mo during med school, correlated yan. If you had problems during med school, academic-wise, you were delayed, okay, for having failed the subject. So may impact na konti, okay, regarding sa med boards passing yan. Okay? That's one pathway. Med school is done. You cannot do anything about the grades anymore. Buti na lang, hindi lang yan yung sole pathway to pass the med boards. The second pathway is having great preparation after internship. Okay? Pwedeng hindi maganda yung performance mo during med school, pero ngayon, for the next 2.5 months, from now, August 1, all the way to October 21, if you give it your all, if you will study harder than you've studied during med school, if you can have that discipline and concentration, okay, it will more than make up for whatever grades that you may have, even if they're low or not so stellar during med school. Okay? That's the second pathway, great preparation. The third pathway, there are some students na hindi maganda yung performance during med school. Relatively chillax sila at hindi rin maganda yung performance during the board preparation. But they still pass because there's a third pathway. And that third pathway is good luck. Okay, maswerte lang talaga. May element ng tsamba din sa med boards. So, among the 3, okay, having excellent grades, great preparation, and good luck, what will you utilize now to pass the board exams at this point? Okay, the only one within your control is great preparation. Med school is done. You cannot do anything about your grades anymore. If you didn't have the good grades that you wanted during med school, ngayon may chance na makabawi. If you had good grades during med school, ngayon kahit paano meron kang baon in preparation for the boards. But med school is done, good grades, you cannot do anything about that pathway anymore. Yung good luck naman, Doc, pwede ba kaming umasa doon? Hindi din. Kasi the mere fact that it's called luck means you cannot really prepare for it, increase it in any logical or reasonable way. What are you going to do to increase your luck? You're going to wear red underwear every day? You're going to eat red ribbon empanada every meal? Wala, guys. Okay? So, ang swerte is swerte. Hindi mo pwedeng i-prepare o asahan yan. The only thing within your control is great preparation. So what you do from this point forward, that's within your control. You cannot control the weather, but you can control your response to the weather. You cannot control the problems that will come to you, but you're always in control of your response to those problems. Okay? So dito tayo babawi sa great preparation. Madehado ka na sa lahat, wag lang sa disiplina, wag lang sa concentration. Ibigay mo na lahat for the next 2.5 months. Okay? Now, past few boards, I've been asked this question. Doc, what will give me a tactical advantage over the others in terms of the med boards? Saan ako magkakaroon ng advantage? Okay, there's a lot of people taking the med boards. So what will give me an advantage over them? So based again on what is written in the evidence, the researches, based also on our experiences, okay, these are my personal recommendations. Okay, 5 recommendations. The simplest thing that you can do to dramatically improve your chances to pass. I'll explain them one by one. First is to turn off or limit your social media usage and turn off your phone notifications. Okay? Just take a look at your phone and how many hours. Meron doon eh. Halimbawa yung iPhone, nire-report yan kung ilang oras na spend mo for each app. Just try to take a look at how much hours that you spend in Twitter, Instagram, Facebook every day. Okay? Take a look at how much time you've actually spent on your phone every day. Take note of the fact na ngayon kapag hindi naka-turn on or hindi mo hawak-hawak yung phone mo, iba yung pakiramdam, nangangamba ka. Guys, we're distracted by our phones, we're distracted by technology, and it's taking a lot of time from studying from our students. When I compare my students 10, 15 years ago, when hindi pa masyadong laganap itong social media, hindi pa masyadong in use yung mga phones natin for entertainment, okay, mas nakakaaral sila. Ngayon na nag-pandemic, ngayon na nandito na tayo, the present times, okay, it really serves as a distraction, yung social media use, paggamit din ng cellphone for entertainment. Okay? Mahirap sabihin sa estudyante, Doc, turn it off. Turn it all off. Okay? Go on a social media hiatus. Tigil nyo muna lahat. That would have been ideal. 2.5 months lang naman. Kung if you can actually turn off your social media account for now and then balik na lang kayo after 2.5 months, yun pa lang may boost na eh in terms of being able to concentrate doon sa videos that you have to watch, doon sa handouts you have to read. Malaki ng advantage. Okay? Pag hindi nyo talaga kaya, sige, what we would recommend is just limit. I think that's reasonable to limit your social media use to less than 1 hour per day. Okay, I think it's reasonable. Lumampas ka ng 1 hour, about 2 hours, 3 hours. I know, probably deep inside, you know, it's too much, especially if you're trying to pass the med boards, especially if you have limited time. Okay? So try to limit your social media use. Doc, paano kung may emergency? Paano pag may ganap? Malakas ang feeling of, malakas yung FOMO, yung fear of missing out sa mga tao ngayon. Guys, wala yung emergency, wala yung ganap that will significantly affect your lives. Kapag may emergency, may tatawag at tatawag sa'yo, old school, yung cellphone talaga, hindi Viber, hindi social media. Pag may balitang kailangan iparating sa'yo, okay, your friends will call you. Someone will call you. Okay? So, big boost, okay? Limit your social media use. Next, okay? Use a TV or LCD projector to watch the Topnotch video. So, we're mainly online, okay, for the October 2023. Okay? So, if you want to mimic, okay, yung feeling na nasa on-site, I would really recommend, huwag nyo itong panoorin yung mga videos natin sa cellphone, sa iPad, sa laptop. Masyadong maliit yung screen. Masyadong mahina yung sounds. Okay, watch it sa TV, 55, 65-inch or larger. Watch it sa projector. You don't need to buy a projector. You can borrow. Project mo yan, 100 inches. O kaya bumili ka dun sa Shopee, may mga 2,000-3,000 na projector. You don't need the highest quality. You just need it to be big and bright. Okay? Malaki ang impact ng malaking screen, malakas na sounds. Don't use headphones. Use large speakers na powerful. That will mimic an actual on-site face-to-face program. Okay? Just try it out. Okay? And you can see na, Doc, malaki talagang bagay. Kasi we've had students who followed that. Nakita na namin yung impact nung March 2023. Mas nakatulong talaga So now we're rolling it out to the general population. Gamitin nyo na. Okay, huwag kayong gagamit. Pinaka-worst dyan is gagamit kayo ng cellphone to watch the videos. Okay, tiny sound, tiny screen. Okay, and you need to watch them for hours, not useful. Okay, so to boost your grade, to give you an advantage, use the largest screen possible. Okay, now, third tip. Okay, something never emphasized. Okay, pagdating dito sa ano that we're emphasizing now. Ang pag-aaral sa Medboard is actually 2 tracks. Yung pag-aaral to learn content, and then yung pagsagot ng practice test to apply that content that you've learned. Okay? Dapat sabay yun. You cannot prioritize one over the other. Okay? So anong ibig sabihin? The best situation, the most ideal, the one that will boost your grades, okay? Mag-aral ka ng handouts, manood ka ng lecture videos, and at the same time, you answer practice test. Okay? Sa Topnotch, we aim to be, lahat ng kailangan ng estudyante from room to room, ibigay na. Okay? Yung final coaching, integrated na. Yung mga flashcards, yung mga exams, integrated na. Posters, kasama na. Dapat all-in-one na talaga. So one of the things we did is giving you practice test. You're going to be given 4 sets of practice tests per subject. So we've already given practice test set 1. We're going to give you 4 of that. We actually have enough to create 7. Enough material to give you 7. But we decided before the start of the program, para hindi ma-overwhelm yung students, 4 lang. Anyway, based on our computation, anywhere from 3 to 5, okay, na practice test per subject will be sufficient to help the students pass the Medboards. Those practice tests, some of them are based on the handouts. I think that's practice test number 2. And some of them are based on student feedback for the past Medboards. Okay? You need to answer those practice tests every day, almost every day. We will teach you how. At ang pagsagot ng practice test, may style yan. Kasi ang palpak na pagsagot ng practice test, titingnan mo yung practice test na parang handout. Yung tipong ano yung tanong, ano yung sagot at explanation. Pag ginawa mo yung para ka nagbasa ng handout, useless. Ang tamang paggamit ng practice test is you take the questions, you answer it 1 to 100 on your own, time limited, as if real exam talaga siya. Halimbawa, you answer it in 60 minutes. Okay? And then, once you have finalized your answers, you then check individually. Okay? Saan ako nagkamali? Saan ako tama? Okay? You look at the explanations, and then you assess, bakit ako nagkamali? Ano ang iniisip ko at nagkamali ako? The most important part of doing that, okay, is reflecting on your mistakes. Hindi importante na, Doc, I feel depressed kasi na in that 100 item practice test, naka 30 over 100 ako. Expected yan, natural yan. At the start talaga, mababa yung practice test result mo, 30 over 100. It is expected that as you progress through the program, 2.5 months, tataas yan. Okay? Hindi mo dapat pansinin yung raw score kasi dapat ang pansinin mo is there an improvement? Practice test 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1. And then you need to be aware why are you making mistakes and what were you thinking? Yung process of reflection, okay, for each of the mistakes that you do, that will help you become better. Dahil pag nagkamali ka sa practice test, nag-reflect ka properly, natuto ka, pagdating sa Medboards, hindi mo gagawin yung same mistake na yon. And that will dramatically improve your score. Okay? We've also done this. I've oriented the students about this during the March 2023 Medboards. And nakita nila, Doc, tama, nakakatulong sobra yung practice test, yung tamang paggawa ng practice test. So I'm now giving it to you. Okay? Do your practice test. Do not do it na, Doc, gagawin ko muna lahat ng main lecture videos, tatapusin ko muna yung mastery period, yung pearls, before 1 week before the boards, I will do all the practice tests lump sum. Don't do that. That's an incorrect way of doing the practice test. It needs to be integrated to your schedule every day for 2.5 months. Doc, paano pag naubusan ako ng practice test? Di kayo maubusan, guys. Eh, pag nakita namin, we do evaluations, we take feedback of students throughout the program. So pag nakita namin that a significant portion of the population tapos na dyan sa 4, we can give another set, okay, all the way to 7 sets. Okay, we have enough content na actually to do that. For now, okay, just answer the practice test daily. Kung mababa ang score mo, that is expected. You're also going to see growth, meaning, okay, that's the target. Meaning, practice test 1, pwede kang 30, practice test 2, 40 over 100. Nag-i-improve yan as time goes by. Okay, probably reaching maximum, probably 60 or 70 over 100 pagdating ng practice test set 4. Okay? So you need to do this practice test every day. Every day, integrated in your schedule. So I'll show you the schedule later kung paano. Okay? Next. Concentrate, okay, on using the top-notch handouts, materials, and advice. You don't need anything else. Do not mix and match with materials from review centers as it would introduce confusion. So eto, guys, yung sa top-notch program natin, complete na yan from A to Z. Okay? Nandiyan na yung, the pearls is basically the final coaching that we have. That's the pearls and the buzzwords. Then you have main lectures, you have flashcards. All the teachers at Topnotch, I was the one who had chosen them. All the lectures, the style, okay, ako yung nagsabi kung ano yung gagawin nila. All the mentors, MGs, okay, kami rin ang namili. Ako yung namili. Guys, kumpleto na yan. Okay? All the subjects, you will have very, very good teachers in them. Okay? One of the worst things that you can do, in my professional opinion, is, Doc, gagamitin ko lang yung handouts ng Topnotch, only for selected subjects. And I will utilize lecture videos from other review centers, okay, practice tests from this and that source, okay, para magkaroon ako ng tactical advantage. No, there's no tactical advantage in that. Pass me on that one. The tactical advantage is if you focus completely on the Topnotch program, okay, if you focus completely on the handouts and materials that we have. The handouts, okay, the video lectures that we have, they complement one another, each of those subjects. Kasi more or less, ngayon lahat ng teachers sa Topnotch, naging Topnotch students din before eh. Okay, almost all of them. So they know the program, okay, they know kung paano tinuturo yung other subjects. So may form of integration and complementary material across the subjects. Experience of our students when they introduce materials from other sources, it just overwhelms them. Kasi sa Topnotch pa lang, yung gamit natin, kumpleto na eh. So parang ka nag-i-introduce ng Japanese food sa isang Italian restaurant. Of course, magkakaroon ng confusion dyan. And mauumay ka talaga. Okay? In terms of advice also, take note. Everyone will have their own respective advice pagdating sa medboards. You go to Twitter, ang daming advice dyan. Go to any of your GCs coming from the previous batches, ang daming different advice dyan. My personal recommendation, ignore them all. Treat them as noise. Okay? Every advice that they give to you, we already know. Kasi you get advice from this one or two people. We get advice from the feedback of hundreds of students every batch. Okay? We do SGDs after every board. So, nakikita namin kung ano yung iniisip nila, kung bakit. So, lahat ng sinabi sa inyo, chances are narinig na namin. Lahat ng feedback nila sa medboards before, for their own exams, narinig na namin. They have experiences with 1 medboards. Yun yung feedback nila. We have experiences with what? 17 times 2, 33 batches ng medboards. So na-collect na yan, na-filter na, nakita na namin, ano talaga yung totoo? Ito yung sinasabi ng isang estudyante, ito yung sinasabi ng iba. Okay? Na-compile, na-filter na yan, na yung advice na yan. So whatever we give to you, we'll have a logical reason. Every subject, I will give an introduction to the teachers, an introduction to the subject. We'll have someone from the previous batch, immediate batch, tell you what happened to their own boards. And then I'll give my tips and advice on how you will tackle that subject. I know we have to earn your trust as we go along, okay? But as early as now, major shortcut, please trust us. Ignore all the advices, okay, on social media from the previous batches. Because all their advice, we also know it has been filtered, and that's what we're giving to you, okay? Ang hirap kasi yung we're telling you, okay, you have to do this for this subject because 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to listen to someone else na iba yung viewpoint dahil iba yung experience nila. So, nagugulo guys. Okay? Trust us on this one. The same way that you will trust a doctor when he gives a prescription and recommendation. Okay? Trust us on this one, please. Okay? So, finally, my final recommendation to dramatically boost your chances of passing the med boards is intermittent fasting plus daily walks under the sun. Okay? Used to be in Topnotch, we recommend eat whatever you want, snack all the time for mental health reasons. If you eat the junk food that you want, good vibes. Okay? Later on, nakapapansin namin, especially in an online setting, buong araw kang nasa bahay, nakakaano lang the hyperglycemia, the salt in your diet, it affects your concentration, affects your mood negatively for a lot of our students. Okay, I've been doing intermittent fasting myself. Recommended the MG's mentors to also try it. Okay, guys, you become sharper pag gutom. Surprisingly, mas nakakaaral ka ng matino pag gutom ka. There are several ways of doing that intermittent fasting. 16-8 for most people is the one we recommend. Meaning for 16 hours you don't eat, you only eat within an 8-hour window period. So technically, okay, intermittent fasting that we recommend is just for you to skip breakfast. Okay, kumain kayo at 11 a.m. or 12 noon and then kain ulit another round at around what? 5 or 6 p.m. Okay? All the rest, wala nang snack, wala nang pagkain. Okay? 16-8. Some can do the 24-hour, 48-hour fasting. Better actually yun. Okay? But for most, okay na yan. The 16-8, pwede kang mag-exercise, mag-gym, walang problema. Doc, mag-hypoglycemia ba ako? Mag-hypoglycemia kung may diabetes ka. But otherwise, if you're reasonably free from those endocrine diseases, do a 16-8 program. Try it at the very least for 1 week. Okay? You will see that you're sharper when it comes to studying. Mas nakakaaral ka ng gutom. Okay? Rather na nakakaaral ka ng busog na busog, bundat na bundat. Okay? Daily walks under the sun, we also recommend. Okay? The exercise, yung mga daily walks kasi na yan, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, before you study in the morning, okay? It's a time for you to reflect your feelings, observe, okay? So, nakagain ka na ng exercise, naboost ka na ng exercise, naboost ka pa ng sun exposure, and you are given a chance to reflect. It's also good for mental health. We have observed that the students who do this, okay, it really helped them. It helped manage their anxiety, helped manage their depression, allowed them to study better. Doc, pwede ba gym na lang sa halip na daily walks under the sun or biking under the sun? Sa gyms kasi guys, walang indoor siya eh. Artificial lighting, walang dyan, walang araw eh. You can, I won't stop you, definitely. But probably for most, I would recommend bike or walk or run, okay? At least 30 minutes, 60 minutes every day. Okay? From now until the med boards. You're doing it for exercise reasons. You're doing it as a chance to reflect on that day. Okay? Para ma-fix kahit yung mental health. Malaking bagay. Malaking boost. Students who have done this, nakita namin na impact, may positive impact. So these are the 5 simplest things that you can do that will dramatically improve your chances to pass. Turn off or limit your social media usage to 1 hour. Turn off your phone notifications. Again, okay, instruct your family and friends. Kung may emergency, tawag na lang. Wag social media. Wag text. Okay? Use TV or LCD projector. Use a largest screen possible to watch the video lectures ng Topnotch. Okay? Remember that preparation is made up of 2 tracks. Again, isang aral for the content at isang application ng aral na yon, the practice test. Concentrate on our handouts, materials, and advice alone. Everything else is just noise. Okay? Focus, concentrate doon sa ibibigay at sasabihin namin. We need to earn your trust. We know that. But shortcut, guys, please trust us na kaagad. Okay? We know what we're doing. We're here to help you as best as possible. Okay? And finally, do intermittent walkings and daily walks under the sun. So as you can see, the same lecture, given on different devices, iba talaga ang impact. The larger the screen, really the better. Okay, mapapansin mo yan. It's the reason kung bakit halimbawa Nintendo Switch, may option ka na maglaro ng game sa isang maliit na screen or mag-play ng game sa isang large na screen. And usually people will choose the large screen dahil iba talaga ang impact kapag nanonood ka ng handout ng video on a large screen. You can use an iMac, you can use a PC with a large screen, or better, use your TV. Okay? Mayroon ng mga projection capabilities, ang mga iPad, ang mga laptops, pwede nyo nang ikabit sa HDMI ng TV ninyo. Okay? So projecting ito na TV or the use of an actual LCD projector, ibang-iba. Mas masaya, mas ramdam mo na hindi ko na kailangan talaga ng on-site. Okay? Now, we have parents here with us. I've instructed our students to bring their parents along and watch this para makita nila kung ano yung pagdadaanan ninyo for the next few months. Okay? And for me to also be able to talk to them. Okay? So for the parents here, thank you for enrolling your child with us, for trusting us. Now, I do get this question every once in a while. Rolly, paano namin matutulungan yung anak namin pumasa ng board exams? Pumagsa o mag-top ng board exams? Reflecting on that question, reflecting on the answer to that question, here are the simplest thing that you can do to help your child pass or top the med boards based from my perspective. Okay, first, to the parents, please give your children time to concentrate purely on the board exams. Surprisingly, okay, when we talk to our students, significant chunk of them are still doing household chores, are still being required by their family to go to gatherings and parties from August all the way to October. Please avoid doing that. Allow your children to concentrate exclusively on the med boards as much as possible. Okay? Of course, this is not applicable to all families. Paano naman kung breadwinner yung estudyante? Paano kung may sakit yung magulang? Of course, there are exceptions. However, if your family is capable of doing this, please allow them to concentrate exclusively on the board exams. Please provide them with material support, food, pagkain all the time. Hindi na nila dapat kailangan magluto. Laundry, dapat hindi na kailangan maglaba. And equipment, the ball pens, the yellow highlighters that they need. Provide them yung material support. During the actual med boards, be the one na maghatid sundo sa kanila doon sa site. Okay? Itong material support na to, of course, for some, it's a given. But for other parents, minsan, bahala ka na dyan sa laundry mo, bahala ka na sa pagkain mo, basta ito yung pera. Most ideal, okay, nakaluto na yung pagkain nila, si-serve na lang. Most ideal, okay, yung damit nila, nakalaban na din. Yung time na matitipid, they can use for studying and it will have an impact sa med boards. Okay, so provide that material support that they need. Then finally, please be the one to ask your child, how would they want to be treated in the next few months? You'll be surprised. There's this concept called toxic positivity that this generation, our current students, really hate. What does that mean? Okay? Yung akala mo nakakatulong ka by saying positive things, pero it's taken in a negative way. It's taken as a parang form of pressure. So yung halimbawa, hihirit ka na, uy, med boards, di mo kailangan mag-aaral dyan eh. Papasa ka naman eh, ikaw pa, nakita. Kayang-kaya mo yan. So yung minsan yung mga hirit na ganon is taken negatively by the students as additional pressure. Surprise, surprise, right? Probably for some of the parents here, Doc, I was well-meaning when I said that. I didn't mean anything negative. Just wanted to boost their confidence. You understand? However, okay, it's a new generation. It's a new mindset. It might be taken in a negative way. It might be interpreted as increased pressure. So ask your child directly, anak, paano mo ba gusto kitang tatuhin for the next few months? Ano yung hindi mo like na sasabihin o gagawin ko? Ano yung gusto mong gawin ko para matulungan kita? Usually, when we observe our students, masarap na pagkain, malaki ang impact. It will boost their morale. Kind words, okay, hindi sila masyadong pagagalitan, okay, malaking impact. Listening to their rants as a friend rather than as a parent would also help tremendously. Okay? 2.5 months, eventually talaga may breakdown dyan somewhere. 1, 2, 3 times in that 2.5 months. Magbe-breakdown yan. Napipressure, iiyak, magkakaroon ng anxiety, magagalit. Eventually, all of us pass through that. Okay? Yung phase na yan sa med boards na papasabaho na mangyari pag di ako pumasa. The anxiety will get to you. Okay? You will not be able to study for sometimes the entire day. And they will require someone to talk to. The closest person that they can talk to, the one in their proximity, will be their siblings and their family, their parents. So when they open up to you, whatever you're doing, okay, drop it, listen to them, listen to their rants. Mga ano yan it creates core memories with your child. Okay? Pag nangyari yan. So listen to their rants, okay, when it comes. And it will come within the next 2.5 months. Okay? So again, as a parent, I'm a parent myself. To help your child pass the med boards, do the following. Okay? Give them time to concentrate purely on the med boards. Provide them with the material support that they need for the med boards. And communicate with your child kung paano nila gustong matrato for the next few months. Okay, now, let's go back. Sa mga magti-take ng med boards, ano ang tamang mindset for the next 2 months, next 2.5 months? Proven by evidence on increasing your chance of passing the med boards. You really need discipline and concentration. What do I mean by that? You've heard of this, Doc, should I work smart or should I work hard for the med boards? I should work smart, Doc, no? Katalantaduhan yan. Okay, you should do both. You should work hard and work smart at the same time. It means you need to give quantity and quality to your studying. What do I mean? Okay? Surprisingly, okay, we had a subset of our population sa Topnotch na ang mindset is, Doc, I just want to do the minimal work required to pass the med boards. Minimal work, okay? I hope that patok lahat ng tinuturo nyo, kahit ito yung inaral ko, dahil ito lang yung tingin ko na parang maging well-rounded individual ako at holistic, ito lang yung kailangan ko to pass the med boards. Ituro nyo lang po yung ano yung kailangan ko para pumasa ng med boards. And that's always been a problem with us because the system in Topnotch, the philosophy here, is that kung mag-aaral ka, you go all the way. Na dapat may buffer, na kung ito yung kailangan mo to pass the med boards, ang effort na exert mo, ang attempt mo, ang motivation mo is higher para to compensate for the fact na may mga parts na hindi natin ma-cover sa exam, okay? May mga parts na kailangan talaga lampas-lampas yung effort to get the best grade possible. May buffer. So you need to work hard and work smart, okay, at the same time. What does that imply? Real world use. Okay? Sleep of 7 hours. Okay? Even in the literature, you just need 7 hours of sleep. 10, 12, sobra-sobra na yan. Okay? Just 7 hours. You need discipline, meaning, okay, for the next 2.5 months, if you've never done this before, your watch will basically be your best friend. Your alarm clock will also be your best friend. Ang buhay mo para kang nasa military camp. Gigising ka, halimbawa, 6 a.m. every day for 2.5 months, mag-aaral ka na ito yung time. Hindi na yung pwede na, Doc, pag feel ko mag-aaral ngayon, mag-aaral ako, halimbawa, 18, 20 straight hours. Pag napagod ako, magpapahinga ako, variable, 8 hours, 10 hours. Hindi dapat irregular ang study time mo, okay? Dapat regular yan. I'll discuss the schedule mamaya, okay? But dapat regular. Disiplinado ka dapat pagdating dyan. And you have to give your full concentration. That's why already I told you, limit your social media use. Okay? Concentrate on the top-notch material alone because concentrating will help you learn as much as you can as efficiently as possible. Okay? How will you know kung talagang nandoon ka na sa in the groove for the med boards, kung talagang ikaw ay concentrated na, kung ikaw ay nasa in the zone na pagdating sa board exams? Well, madali lang yan. Pag hindi mo na alam ang date, pag hindi mo na alam kung Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, pag ang alam mo na lang ay today is day 1 ng physio, today is day 2 ng biochem, today is day 3 ng anatomy, pag gano'n na lang yung perception mo sa date, perception mo sa time, you are fully concentrated. Okay? Pag yung mga jokes mo naiintindihan na lang ng kapwa-doktor, hindi na maintindihan ng layman, you are fully concentrated. You are in the zone. That is a good sign. That is what we want to happen to you for 2.5 months. Okay? We want you to enjoy learning. That's also part of the proper mindset for the next 2 months. Some people just want to pass. For those who have taken the med boards before, that's a desperate plea. Doc, I just want to pass. I'm demanding a lot from them. in terms of you must want to pass, but you must never lose that feeling of wanting to learn, of enjoying this process, of enjoying medicine. Going to med school is a privilege, to be honest. Not every population ng Pilipinas is 100 million? And right now, ang number of physicians is nasa mga 150,000 lang. Okay, so you're part of that very exclusive club that will make up 1% of the 1% of the population, basically. You're part of a very exclusive, privileged club. So never think of the board exams as a punishment, as a pahirap. It's an opportunity to improve your life. It's an opportunity to improve the life of your family, the life of your patients. Okay? So you need to enjoy the process. Okay? The med boards is imperfect and matotorture ka talaga pag dumating yan. Pero the process of going there, knowing what you need to learn, should be enjoyable to you. Okay? You're going to be better than us. You're going to be better than Ronnie Baticolon. You're going to be better than Lobo Merantonia. You're going to be better than me. We know one subject very well. Okay? You're going to know 12 subjects. Okay? Well. So pagdating ng day 1 ng med boards, day 1 ng board exams, that will be the peak of your medical knowledge. Never again will you be that smart. Never again will you know so much about physio, anatomy. And when I was reflecting on my experience sa boards, yung day 1 ng med board, sabi ko, iba. Parang feeling mo parang Avengers, parang may special powers pag ganun ka hindi ganun katalino eh. Pag ganun ka nakaaral, pag yung 12 subjects in a span of several months na aral mo, ang saya-sayang feeling. Takot ka, of course, for the boards. Takot ka, hindi mo alam kung papasa ka. There's anxiety there. It will never go away. It will always be present. You always feel na, Doc, hindi pa tapos talaga yung basa ko. I feel na hindi ko pa na-master yung kailangan ko yung master. That will come to all of us. That's a reality. But at the same time, just try to observe and enjoy the ride. Because for 2.5 months, makikita nyo that you're learning a lot. You're learning the things that you were supposed to learn in med school na hindi nyo natutunan. Yan yung medyo iba sa experience sa Topnotch eh. Okay? Topnotch is basically med school in a shell. Okay? It's basically a summarized med school. Okay? So, enjoy the process. Finally, okay, the proper mindset for the next 2 months is you need fortitude. Yung tibay talaga ng loob. Imperfect ang board exams. Okay? Because of the system, unfortunately, walang quality assurance mechanism currently ang board exams. Okay? So you feel frustrated of the trivial questions, the crossover questions that's being asked, repeated questions, impossible questions to answer, wala talagang tamang sagot sometimes. When that happens, kailangan tibayan mo yung loob mo. Somewhere along the way, some of you will have breakdowns, mental health breakdowns. You will cry, you will get angry. Some of you, life just continues. May makikipag-break sa boyfriend. May magkakasakit sa pamilya. Okay? During this time, when it happens for the next 2.5 months, you need fortitude. Okay? A professional is defined this way. Doing the things you have to do, even on days that you don't feel like doing them. Doing the things that you have to do, even on days that you don't feel like doing them. So, nakipag-break si boyfriend, girlfriend, aral ka pa rin. Okay? Napagalitan ng magulang, okay, aral ka pa din. Okay? You cannot control your environment, but you can always control your response. Tibayan mo yung loob mo, okay? Problems that you can solve, solve. Problems that you cannot solve, put on hold, study. Okay? So put your discipline and concentration in the task, enjoy the process, and have fortitude. So how do we train our top-notch MDs? Okay? We're not a review center. If you've noticed, we never use the term top-notch review center. It's top-notch medical board prep. Because even then, in 2007, when we established top-notch, ang mindset ko na, I don't want to be an ordinary review center. I don't want to be the usual review center. The usual review center, whether it's nursing, PT, or whatever, is that we give them something na very short, okay? As few handouts as possible, just do the lectures based on the exam discussion, okay? As few pages as possible ang ibibigay na handouts, some mnemonics, and call it a day, okay? Half day lang, walang whole day, okay? Sa Topnotch, ano talaga guys eh? We're toxic and we're proud of it, okay? We're going to make your lives Difficult, not because we want to make it difficult, but because we want to prepare you for the next journey, okay, which is residency. Okay? Yung handouts ninyo, for example, are 100 pages. It will seem na, Doc, ang dami-dami, 100 pages. Take a look at your review books, the one that we use for the board exams during our time. Those are 300, 400 pages. Inano na talaga namin na, okay, 100 pages lang yan, yung mga main handouts natin. The lectures, Doc, bakit ang tagal? Well, observe the quality of the lectures. When you hear my lecture in Fisio, when you watch the lecture of Dr. Lubomir Antonio, you will get kung bakit ganun kadaming hours yung na inalat dyan. Okay? Sa Topnotch, okay, ang mindset natin is kailangan pumasa yung estudyante at kailangan matuto sila ng kailangan lang matutunan as general physicians. If we wanted you merely to pass the med boards, okay, we will just given you the pearls, buzzwords, and call it a day. Okay? Same number of students would have enrolled with us, and that's it. Okay? But we'll be ordinary. Okay? That's why we don't want to be ordinary. We want to, kung sabi ko, kung may opportunity na turuan yung estudyante for 2.5 months, lubus-lubusin na natin, meaning kailangan, matutunan nila yung kailangan lang matutunan for residency and to become good physicians. Kung mag-USMLE yan, they can use their training here, okay, as a jumping point for their USMLE preparation. If they're finished with the 12 subjects on Topnotch, they read Harrison's, okay, after, magko-complement yun sa Harrison's, and when they go to residency, okay, it will help them na. Okay? So we want you, 2 goals in Topnotch is to help you become good general physicians and for you to pass the med boards. We set a very large buffer. If this is what you need to pass the med boards, yung ituturo namin sa inyo is sobra-sobra, okay, to cover other possible questions na hindi na-anticipate sa program and to cover your preparation for the life after the med boards. Okay? That's why it's called Topnotch Medical Board Preparation. Okay? Here in Topnotch, it's guided learning every step of the way. So anong ibig sabihin noon? Ang mindset ko, dapat ang estudyante nag-aaral na lang, ang teacher nagtuturo lang. So ibig sabihin noon, everything that the students and teachers will need, we will provide. That's why, Doc, bakit meron tayong Topnotch posters nilagay niyo sa FB ng isang araw? Dahil kailangan ng estudyante. Doc, bakit may flashcards, practice test? Dahil kailangan ng estudyante. Doc, meron pa ba tayong final coaching? Of course meron. That's the pearls and the buzzwords. Everything that you need from day 1 to the last day ng med boards, our mindset is that Topnotch will provide them for you. Okay? To the point na makikinig ka na lang, susunod ka na lang, mag-aaral ka na lang. For me, that's the best system. Okay? In med school, they say, Doc, don't spoon feed your students. Hindi matututo yan. Okay? Ngayon sa board preparation, sabi ko, walang yan. I-spoon feed ang students. Kailangan nila yan. Okay? Napaka-toxic at napaka-emotionally taxing na ng med boards. Spoon feed them all the way. Okay? In our on-site classes, may pagkain. In our outside the on-site online classes, may mentorship, may counseling with the MGs. Okay? The care is from womb to tomb. Guided learning every step of the way. You just need to follow. The handouts, okay? The lectures, the schedule, nagko-complement lahat yan, susunod ka na lang. Okay? Yan yung kailangan yung tandaan. So, again, Topnotch Medical Board Prep, our mindset, we decided long ago that we're not going to be a review center, that we're going to prepare students for the med boards. Okay? Not just for the med boards. It will go beyond. Okay? So we want you to have that same mindset. Kung mag-aaral ka ngayon, don't strive for what can I do minimally to pass maximally. Dapat ang mindset is, what do I need to learn for the boards and what do I need to learn for practice? I need to do both. Okay, ganun dapat yung style. Ano yung kailangan ko matutunan? Kung mag-aaral ako ngayon, mag-aaral na rin ako, hindi lang para pumasa, pero para maging magaling na doktor. Ang investment, tandaan nyo guys ultimately, ang ang asset natin as doctors is utak. Utak at puso. Mainly utak. So the more that you can invest sa utak, the more that you can invest sa knowledge, the better for you. The better doctor that you're going to be. So talagang 2.5 months, bigay mo na lahat. Okay? Wala, Doc, I want to have a balanced life. Yung balance life na yan, pag natapos ang med boards, you can do what you want. Okay? October na lang naman yun. That's just a few months from now. So from this point until that day that you pass, lean a little bit more towards working and studying. Okay? From enjoying what you're supposed to learn, from giving more time on what you need to study. Okay? Spend less time on dates, spend less time on gimmicks, really spend more time, more effort, more concentration sa pag-aaral nyo. Okay? So this is who we are, and this is the direction that we're going to guide you on. We view ourselves as educators. If you've noticed, we've never had a sponsored post on Facebook. We've never had an open house. Okay? My personal mindset when we created Topnotch, okay, this is basically my clinical practice. We won't advertise. We will sponsor Quizbee dahil gusto ko lang matalino yung mga estudyanteng papasok sa program natin. But other than that, no marketing, no advertising, any type. Okay? If the students come to us, whether that's 1 or 1 million students, okay, that will be purely word of mouth on what we do. If people say negative things about us, we won't fight. Okay? We will let the population figure it out themselves, filter what they hear and what they see. Okay? I will give my very best to prepare you for the boards. We view ourselves as educators. Okay? We will prepare you from womb to tomb, from A to Z. Okay? We're not a review center. Okay? You've entered a different zone. Okay? We've never recruited everyone. We've never begged for you to come here. So if you're here, okay, it means that somewhere along the way you've heard we're doing good things. Okay? So we hope you can trust us with that. Okay? And we hope that you will follow the things that we're going to give. Okay? I hope you share the same values na, Doc, lalaban tayo ng pata sa boards, bibigay ko na lahat. Okay? I won't exert just the minimal effort. I will exert my very best effort. Yung effort na tipong pag kinuha ka ni Lord ngayon at tinanong kanya ng masinsinan, oh, Doc, nag-aaral ka ba talaga ng matino for your boards? Masasabi mo sa kay Lord with a straight face, Lord, binigay ko na po lahat. Maybe hanggang dito na lang po yung kaya ko, pero hindi po masasabing hindi ko binigay lahat. Ginawa ko na po lahat. My very best effort, my very best discipline and concentration. Do things the right way, study to learn, and not just to pass the board exams. We aim to become the premier, most respected board preparation center that provides optimal test preparation through pioneering and student-centered methods of teaching. We nurture med graduates. We will spoon feed them, definitely. Okay? Optimize student performance, help create future doctors. The program ng Topnotch, okay, we aim to complement with the other things that we're doing. The Platinum is under basically people then from Topnotch, IM Plat, Search Plat, OB. Okay? May parating na bagong Search Platinum in a few weeks. It's done. We're going to have it printed in a week or two. Okay? We're going to book launch will be on site in one of the classes ng Topnotch. Topnotch Genesis is our program for clerks and interns. Okay? More than the board preparation or a review program, it's something that prepares clerks and interns for their rotations. Okay? It will complement their existing rotations. For some schools, they've asked us to prepare the compre exam and then have the students enroll in Genesis. So kapag kami gumawa ng compre exams, tapos yung mga estudyante nag-Genesis, we can use that to complement the program para mag-aaral yung estudyante in a particular way na mapaprepare na sila for the boards, mahanda pa sila for clerkship internship. Topnotch Online is our flagship program, the one that you're in now. After the med boards, we have the moonlighting seminar, okay, given for 2 weeks. It's actually a moonlighting and pre-residency seminar. And then some CPD and specialty program. So we're aiming to expand this. We're probably going to have something for first-year medical students also. Prepare them in advance for the med boards. Okay, med boards. Prepare them in advance for med school. So that's the plan in general for Topnotch. Okay, so let's talk about the Topnotch online program, what you're in right now. We're outcomes-based. Okay. The outcomes of top-notch medical graduates at the end of the 2.5 months that you're with us, you must be able to do the following. Discuss the core concepts and principles needed by a general physician for the 12 board exam subjects. Apply testmanship strategies consistently. Okay? Display attitudes that will enable them to pass the board exams. Based on the literature, these are the attitudes of integrity, grit, confidence, and a high degree of concentration. Okay, especially this one. You must be able to analyze board exam questions correctly and with confidence, comply with optimal board exam preparation schedule, and begin to write career and life plans after passing the board exams. Okay? At the end of the day, the board exams is just another hoop that you have to jump through. What's more important is the life after the board exams. That's why here, okay, we concentrate not just on you passing the med boards, but also on you doing well after the med boards. Okay? So initially, we communicated with you through the Topnotch FB page. We posted the announcement there. Now that the program has started, the announcement will be posted on the Mother Goose Viber page, okay, and on the Topnotch online portal. So we're going to wean you away from the FB page that will now be for unenrolled students. For the enrolled students, okay, communication now will be via the Topnotch online portal, okay, and via the tawag dito, Mother Goose Viber thread. Okay? So this is the appearance of your Topnotch online portal. Basically, tabs on the left, para siyang app, announcements, okay, dito, and then you have the available lectures on the right. Take note sa ilalim ng mga announcements na yan, may mga parang dots kayong makikita. It means that you can go and view the other announcement by swiping to the right. Okay? Kapag may nakita kayong mga dots dyan sa ilalim ng announcements. Okay? So the lectures are posted there, arranged into tabs, arranged according to subject. Handouts are also available there. Okay? Probably you already know that you can only download it once. Okay? And then we try to give the handouts in advance. If it's not yet available, it means it's not yet available. Tinatapos pa either ng teacher concerned or tinatapos pa ng media team namin, the one who will assess and do the layouting, check for errors. Okay? There's a lecture tracker in the Topnotch online portal. Experiment with that later. Okay? That lecture tracker may point system. So ngayon matatrack mo kung nabasa mo na ba yung particular handout at gaano ka-deep using the tracking system natin. Okay, so utilize that. Okay, the actual videos themselves are not in YouTube, have no advertisement. Everything that you do in Topnotch, guys, may bayad yan. Every time you utilize the videos, you download the handouts, every byte, okay, has corresponding cost with us. We didn't get the free versions simply because we don't want advertisements doon sa mga video lectures ninyo. We don't want any difficulty. Okay? Gusto namin, kaya namin i-modify anytime kung ano yung content na nandoon. So, one of the things that you will see when it comes to those video lectures that they have tabs and they have bookmarks. What do those bookmarks mean? Okay, halimbawa meron kang 5-hour lecture dyan, okay? You can bookmark kung saan ka natapos. Kung kailangan mong mag-CR, kailangan mong kumain, that bookmark will be preserved such that the next time you log in, you can take a look at that bookmark. So hindi ka na ngayon mahirapang maghanap kung saan ka dapat magsimula, kung ano yung natapos mo na kung saan hindi ka pa nakakapanood. Okay? So utilize those video bookmarks. Okay? Next, everything that you need to optimize, to maximize Topnotch Online, the website. Every recommendation regarding what materials to buy in terms of the paper, printer, computer, TV, projector, okay? All the troubleshooting for the QR codes, troubleshooting for the online portal, okay? It's found here in the Topnotch Online Primer. Download and read it, okay? It's available at the Handouts tab. If this is your first time sa Topnotch, basahin nyo muna to. Okay? Basahin nyo yan today pagkatapos ng orientation. Also, okay, we're very serious about this. Kindly report those who are sharing or selling our materials for legal actions. Our handouts are not free. Videos, bawal din. We have filed and continue to file cases against those who illegally share and sell our materials. This is serious. This is not like the USMLE na yung mga textbooks niyan, mga review books. Walang consequence pag pinirata mo, pinost mo somewhere else. Guys, meron kaming team na naghahanap. Meron kaming Coast Guard against these pirates. So ano ibig sabihin yan? May actively naghahanap kung sino yung nagpa-pirate ng handout video lectures ng Topnotch. Okay? Guys, kaya wala nagsisell ng drugs, illegal drugs sa social media is they know they can be tracked. So trust me, if you post it anywhere in social media, you post it anywhere, there will be someone who will report it to us. And you'll be found out. And we will take legal action. We have done that. Okay? May sting operation dati sa isang doktor, estudyante namin dati, okay, who actually sold the handouts. Sting operation ng NBI. Ang hirap guys, masakit sa loob kasi ano yun eh. It took them, for one reason or another, it took them 5 days to get the bail. So they spent several days at jail talaga. Okay? Eventually, their parents would have to come in, nagkayusap, nagmakaawa. Okay? We don't want that to happen to you. Kasi seryoso yan guys ha. Malalaman namin yan, madedemanda kayo ng wala sa oras. Okay, trust me, the money that you earn from selling those handouts, from giving those handouts away, can never compensate for the legal fees incurred from the lawyers na kailangan yung gamitin and the hassle, okay, of going to the police, trial court, okay? Please do not pirate our materials in any way. May magre-report at magre-report yan. Report to us, those who will do so. Share illegally the access to the video lecture. Share illegally the access to the Topnotch online portal. Binigay yung handout, okay? Whether for money or for kahit walang money, you report them to us. We will take legal action. So this is very serious. Please, to avoid hassle for both of us, do not attempt. And if you know others attempting to do so, warn them, report them. Okay? Kasi seryoso to. Guys, pag nanakaw yan, okay? Makikita nyo eventually. Sobrang pinaghirapan ng teachers nyo at ng mga Topnotch team, lahat ng ginagawa sa Topnotch, na kapag ninakaw mo yan, magnanakaw talaga tingin namin sa inyo. Okay? Pag ginawa nyo yan. And during residency, if there's a Topnotch MG, mentor, teacher there, they will feel bad that you have done that. There will be closed doors, okay, in certain areas for you if you do that. So please, please, never pirate. Report those who do so. Kung saan nyo man ipapaprint, ipaparing bind yung handout na yan, make sure na hindi ipapirate nung mga commercial or whatever na kinuhanan nyo to do that. Kasi kayo yung hahabulin. Okay, kayo yung mahabol guys. Trust me, matatrack yan. The PDFs, aside from the watermark, may tracking yan. So be careful. Do not pirate. So other anti-piracy measures being done, the 3 browser limit, the IP address monitoring, okay, incognito. So we know where it's being used, the Topnotch online portal, how much it's being used, what time, okay, and the other information. So please, okay, if you're locked out, message your Mother Goose. If you're always getting locked out, we will get suspicious. So nagko-conduct ng discrete investigations kung anong nangyayari dyan. Okay? It may be for one reason or another. Okay, now, Doc, ano yung itsura ng program ng Topnotch? We have here 3, anong tawag dito? 3 exams, diagnostic, midterms, and finals. 240 items, 20 questions each. Okay? Hindi importante ang raw score. For the diagnostic exam, if you get, Doc, 80 over 240 lang ako. The raw score is not important. Do not give it too much emphasis. The one that's important for the diagnostic midterm finals is your percentile rank. Okay? The percentile rank, the color grade. Okay? It's like NMAT. Kung 99 plus ka, maganda. Kung ano ka lang, 1 or 2, hindi maganda. 99 plus ka, it means you belong to the top 1% ng population ng Topnotch. That's a good sign. Okay? So, percentile rank ang importante. Okay? You're being compared now with one another, those who will be taking the October 2023 Med Boards. So, we'll discuss that a little bit more later. Diagnostic midterm finals. So, we also have, okay, the main handouts with lecturettes and the main lectures. Ilang oras, Doc, yung mga main lectures nyo? It depends on each subject. Okay? It can be anywhere from 6 hours to 17 hours per subject. Okay? So, ganun kahaba. Okay? May reason kung bakit ganun kahaba. Sa physio, sa surgery, mahaba yan. Makikita nyo kung bakit. Because we feel yun yung kailangan ng estudyante at maganda yung lecture na ganun kahaba for those particular subjects. Other subjects are shorter. Okay? Flashcards and practice test. We have given this to you already. Okay? The flashcards you can utilize anytime. Going to the site, habang nagpapahinga sa banyo. Okay? Practice test, we want you to do every day. Okay? Refresher lectures are synchronous. Anong difference niya, Doc, sa main lectures? Your main lectures are asynchronous, meaning you can watch it anytime, pause, rewind, fast forward. Refresher lectures are given synchronously. They are not recorded. Okay? They are synchronous. You have to watch them at that particular time. Sinadya yun, this is for greater student interaction, yung refresher lecture. Sinadya yun because we want you to be awake and we want you to be present at particular hours of the day. So for example, if we do that 7 a.m., pag malapit na yung med boards, every day for 12 days because we want you to be awake at 7 a.m. Okay? So, refresher lectures, usually 1.5 hours yan ng summary ng entire subject, followed by a 10-point quiz. Those quizzes are what we call your quiz master sessions. Okay? Binago natin ng konti yung format ng quiz master for your batch. Basically, you will answer 1 to 10 on your own for 1 minute per question. Then after 10 minutes, that's the time that we're going to discuss the answers and explanation. And then we're going to provide you with a printable version of the answer sheet for the quiz master. Okay? Para ma-track ninyo at ma-collect ninyo throughout the program. Okay? We have mentoring in Topnotch. Mentoring here is an integral part of the Topnotch program. You have 41 mentors available representing a lot of schools, different schools, with a different perspective. Some of them have topped the med board. Some of them have taken the med boards multiple times. Some come from med schools with high passing rates. Some come from med schools struggling with the med boards. So we want that various perspectives. Okay, these mentors are all previous top-notch students. Okay, they're not paid. Wala yung sweldo. Okay, voluntary. They're given a small allowance just for gas and for their internet. So they're doing this voluntarily because they really want to help. They've been trained by us. They will help you. Okay? It's optional, the mentoring. If you don't want to get a mentor, it's okay. But if you want a mentor, okay, they will guide you. Okay? We're going to talk about, in the next few days, what we call self-regulatory learning. This is the philosophy that I have, okay, in terms of ano yung pinaka-maximal way to study for an exam, study to become a better physician. I'm a firm believer in SRL, self-regulated learning. Okay, I'll tell you about it. Okay, in the next few days, your mentors are going to emphasize that also. Okay, and we'll take mga features ng SRL when it comes to their mentoring style with you. Okay, buzzwords and pearls are a version of the final coaching. In the pearls, okay, 3 to 4 hours long lang per subject for 12 subjects. Classically, we tell our teachers sa pearls, ang mindset, ganito. As a teacher, magtuturo ka sa pearls with the mindset na yung tinuturuan mo parang kapatid mo, taking the board exams tomorrow. If your own sibling will be taking the boards tomorrow, of course, ang ituturo mo dyan, must know na lang. Of course, mayroon kang assumption na nag-aral na yan kahit paano for that particular subject. So, ang turo mo, question and answer. Yun ang style. So, for the pearls lecture, okay, it's really para kayong manok panabong na pinapausukan, pinapatapang. So, you won't learn anything new sa pearls, but we're going to reinforce the most important concepts and principles that you need for the med boards. With the assumption na nakabasa na kayo, Q&A style na tayo. Buzzwords is complementary to these pearls. Buzzwords, 1 hour, 1 to 2 hour session per subject, all 12 subjects. Synchronous. Asynchronous ang pearls, synchronous ang buzzwords. Buzzwords are based on the past board exams. Feedback from students regarding the past board exams. Q&A format, flashcards format, question, answer, question, answer. Okay? So, that will give you a glimpse on what has happened recently in the med boards. For example, March 2023, October 2022 med boards. Okay? Psychologically prepare you for the exam. The type of questions, the strategy, okay, to apply, and the concepts that they cover. Okay? So this is our program. We also have, next 2 days natin before your FISHO, we're going to have this evidence-based learning strategies lecture series. So you're going to be given short lectures lang naman kung paano mag-aral. Paano mag-aral optimally? Ano yung kailangan yung gawin na effective? Ano yung mga ineffective things na kailangan yung iwasan? Okay? So, we're going to have, for example, a panel discussion made up of a representative from March 2023, a representative from October 2022, a representative from the teachers also, okay? Telling you how to study. That will be on August 3. And then, other stuff regarding yung how to study lecture series natin. Okay? We're going to have a team-based approach on several subjects. What do I mean? Several teachers will be teaching on these subjects: anatomy, IM, and PrevMed. Bonus lectures will be given on biochemistry and pediatrics to you outside of what has been mentioned. Main lectures, pearls, and buzzwords. Okay. Flashcards, a longer mastery period has also been incorporated in your schedule. Quiz master sessions has been changed for your batch. Okay. Practice test, okay. There's a new set, yung practice test set 2, that will be based on your handouts. Okay. And then midterms, the diagnostic exam was created by a teacher, that's Dr. Franz Rubio. The midterm and finals exam, the midterm exams will be created by 12 board exam top-notchers, okay, coming from the March 2023 and the October 2022 batch. They will be discussed, the answers will be discussed by just 1 or 2 teachers coming from the latest batch. Okay? The final exams will be created by the top-notch main teachers for each subject. Like for example, in the finals, ako yung gagawa ng 20 questions ng Fisio. Dr. Ronnie Baticolon and Franz Rubio will create the 20 questions in biochem. Okay? But the answers will be discussed by a board exam top-notcher, hindi kami. So bakit ganun yung ginawa for midterms and finals? This is to double check the questions and the answers. Iba yung gagawa ng tanong sa mag-explain sa video lectures ninyo, sa rational. Okay? So that is a mechanism to double check kahit paano ma-minimize yung corrections present in those tests. Also to provide you with a different perspective. The final exams, okay, dati kasi ginagawa namin yung October 2022 finals last year. Isang tao lang yung gumawa. Na-toxic yung mga estudyante kasi hardcore eh. Top 1 yung gumawa ng nung finals nung last year. So, mahirap yung exam, na-depress yung mga tao. So sabi ko, okay, ganito na yung gimmick. Pag final exam sa Topnotch, yung teachers na yung gagawa. So basically, 12 teachers yon, 1 for each subject. Okay? Tapos iba yung magdi-discuss. Yung board exam top-notcher yung magdi-discuss. Para ngayon, okay, kung ang finals natin mahirap, hindi lahat ng 12 mahirap. May variety. May madali, may mahirap. Tapos yung board exam top-notcher, madodouble check niya yung mga questions and answers na nandoon sa finals. So that is our system for the diagnostic, midterms, and finals. We will release the result anywhere from 1 to 2 days after your exam. So we finished receiving answers to your diagnostic exam 7 a.m. this morning. So we're going to release them perhaps as early as tonight or at the latest by early tomorrow. You will know in the Topnotch online portal your raw score, your percentile rank, and your color grade. Okay? Don't worry, we'll orient you. How do you interpret that? I-orient namin kayo. This will be our schedule. Don't worry, we'll make available, okay, Google Calendar that you can download and synchronize to your devices. But basically, ito yung schedule natin. Okay, Doc. Okay, so Physio Anatomy, yung first 2 subjects. Sige, Doc, may handouts na kami dyan. Surgery, IM, OB, Pedia, may handout na rin kami dyan. Paano po yung for the other subjects? We're going to give them as soon as we can. Okay, Pharma will be coming out soon. Okay, so you're going to have it in advance. Can you make available, Doc, all the 12 na? Di pa, unfortunately. Either hindi pa tapos yung teacher, ino-OC pa, sobra, or hindi pa tapos yung pag-layout, pag-double check. Okay, we're going to give the handouts as soon as they're available. Okay, so after these 12 lectures, 12 subjects, the main lectures, okay, you're going to have what we call the mastery period. The mastery period is the time for second reading or to read your backlogs. Yung mga, when we say backlogs in Topnotch, yung mga subjects na hindi mo pa tapos i-first reading, hindi mo pa tapos basahin. So that is September 17 all the way to October 8. So that's around ilan to? 14 plus 8. Around 22 days of self-mastery period. So you're going to allot around 2 to 3 days per subject for second reading. The subject pearls is basically our final coaching together with the buzzwords. Okay? So itong subject pearls, ang mechanism din namin sa Topnotch para dun sa, Doc, hindi talaga natapos kahit sa mastery period, hindi pa kami tapos ng first reading. Yung subject pearls, yung parang make-up natin. Meaning, ito yung way para at least yung pinaka-essential in that subject, makover. Okay? So, it's a mechanism for that. Also, a mechanism for reinforcement ng important concepts and principles given sa main lectures. Okay? So, i-orient ko naman. Pag malapit na yung pearls, i-orient ko kayo kung paano siya at kung anong gagawin, ano yung style. Okay? A testmanship and Scanton workshop is also scheduled. Self-regulated learning panel discussions are also scheduled, okay, for your batch. And the evidence-based learning strategies, we're going to make it available already, okay, by today at the end of the orientation. So these are the schedule of your diagnostic, a midterm exam, and final exam. The med boards will be on October 20, 21, 27, and 28. Now, on-site lectures. So the on-site lectures or face-to-face lectures are optional. Okay, we've still experimental at this stage. Discuss ko muna to. This is the schedule for the on-site lectures. Okay, August 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14. So 5 subjects. Okay, we've allotted 5 subjects to have face-to-face. Guys, yung August 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14 na yan, ibig sabihin niya, mare-repeat yung isang lecture 3 times. So magkakaroon tayo basically dito ng 3 sections. Okay? Doc, bakit ganyan ang face-to-face lectures ng Topnotch? Okay. First, we have declared this. We have declared this at the start when you registered with us. We have declared this as early as March. Topnotch October 2023 is still officially an online program. Not a hybrid, not a face-to-face program. The on-site face-to-face classes, as we've declared, are considered bonus and experimental for October 2023. It's still not officially part of our program. Doc, why? We're gradually going away from online and going towards a hybrid system. Okay? When we've already done several surveys. Our latest survey, the one based on your batch, okay, basically have shown that most students prefer a hybrid, okay, or a purely online program. Very small percentage lang, 16%, would actually want a purely online or face-to-face. When you interviewed the teachers, ganun din yung gusto nila, hybrid. Okay? 2019, before the pandemic, guys, ang program ng Topnotch is 40 days ang lecture. Each lecture day is 8 hours to 10 hours per day. So may ibang experience. It's definitely a different experience. Right now, okay, the market doesn't want it. Students do not want a purely online program. Nakita na nila yung value na, Doc, pwede tayong hindi ako mag-iipit sa traffic. Doc, hindi ako gagasto sa dorm. Okay, Doc, yung oras na dapat nagbihis, naligo, nag-travel ako, that will be about 3 to 4 hours per day. I can spend studying. So, for a lot of people, their preference is actually an online or a hybrid program. So bakit pa tayo, Doc, nag-aano rito? Bakit kayo nag-decide na magbigay pa rin ng face-to-face on-site? Let's call it on-site. I don't like using the term face-to-face. Iba yung dating sa akin, magaspang. Okay? The reason why we're still doing on-site classes is that we found out that it is a better mechanism to create a culture and to build attitudes. Ang online, in terms of content delivery, yung knowledge component, yung kailangan matutunan ng estudyante, kailangan matutunan, online is just the same as on-site. Okay? But in terms of, Doc, yung attitude ng mga estudyante, yung culture ng mga estudyante, mas nade-develop mo yan pag nandyan yung teacher sa harapan at nakikita nila yung kaklase nila. Kasi yung mga estudyante, nagbe-benchmark eh. Nakita nila, okay, yung kaklase ko, ganito yung level ng pag-highlight sa handouts nila. Ganito na yung level ng pagsagot nila dun sa teachers when the teachers ask question. Okay? Yung teacher ko, mas nakaka-interact ako kapag nag-Q&A. That can build a culture. And that will build attitude. Okay? So, the purpose now of your on-site is basically to do that. So ang basa ko ngayon is we don't need to do hybrid for all the 12 subjects. Let's do it slowly. Okay? Kasi ang problema ko rin ngayon is logistics. Okay? I doubt if the students will prefer na, Doc, okay, damihan natin yung face-to-face kahit iba-iba yung teachers namin, okay lang. I feel that the students would want kung sino yung teacher nila sa each particular subject, yun din dapat for the halimbawa sa kung sino yung teacher nila for pharma, okay, nandito sa August 12, kung ibibigay mo yun to the two other sections, they will prefer the same teacher. So I am hampered now by our schedule and by the logistics of doing this. Okay, pag pharma period kasi guys, for example, pharma lang dapat ang ituro. If you try and teach another subject, magugulo. Ready na ba yung handouts? Yung mga teachers, paano yung magiging schedule ng mga students who will attend that particular subject? So we are actually limited by our logistics and by our schedule. So sabi ko, let's take this slowly. Okay? For the October 2023, we're going to have 5 subjects. Okay? Each lecture will be repeated 3 times. Okay? So there will be basically 3 sections. Okay? Ano yung mangyayari, Doc? It's either half-day or whole-day lecture or a 100-item discussion. We're going to give the teachers, okay, the option to choose their strategy for that particular subject. Okay, so again, this will be repeated 3 times per subject for 5 subjects except Physio. For Physio, I decided na iba yung magiging August 4, 5, and 6 ko. I will cover certain systems in Physio for August 4, certain systems for August 5, certain systems for August 6. Why? Again, we're experimenting on the best approach. Kung dapat ba iba-iba to or dapat i-repeat na lang. So, ganun yung magiging strategy. Can everyone who applied for the face-to-face on-site lectures be accommodated? Okay, the answer unfortunately is no at this stage. It will be on a first-come, first-served basis via Google Forms. We will use the timestamp. You can only register once, meaning huwag kayo magdo-double entry dun, Doc. Ma-eliminate kayo kapag may double entry dyan. So, ibig sabihin noon, yung sign-up is for each subject. Halimbawa, we're going to have a Google Form sign-up sheet for Physio, another separate sign-up sheet for Pharma. And then, okay, basically, first come, first serve. Depending on the timestamp, yun yung i-accommodate natin. Saan yung magiging venue, Doc? It will be in Madison Square building. This will be in New Manila. We'll give you the address. Okay? Now, Doc, paano kung hindi kami ma-accommodate? Pasensya na guys. Yun nga yung fear ko. Okay? Tinimpla naman namin to. We've done one on-site experimental class, 1 day, for the past 2 batches. So, tinitimpla namin. Sabi ko, baka enough na yung 3 sections. Okay, to accommodate everyone who wants an on-site class. Okay? So, pag hindi, hopefully, enough na. First time gagawin to guys na ganito uli karami yung face-to-face on-site natin So sabi ko, hopefully enough na yung 3 days. Kung hindi, guys, pasensya na talaga. Please take note naman that all our on-site classes have the same online versions. What do I mean? Yung ituturo ko ng on-site, August 4, 5, and 6, for example, is exactly the same as my main lecture videos. Exactly the same. So, ibig sabihin nito, Doc, kung ayoko nang maipit sa traffic, ayoko nang pumunta sa Manila, nasa probinsya ako, okay lang na hindi ako mag-attend? Definitely. Okay? Because again, we are mainly still online for your batch. My recommendation is, if you're not in Metro Manila, guys, wag na kayong gumasa sa aeroplano, hotel, dorm. Wag na kayong pumunta dito, mag-online na kayo completely. We cannot stop you if you really want to go, and if you manage to come doon sa Google Form, nandun kayo, first come, first serve naman, walang problema. Okay? But my personal recommendation is go online completely. Okay? What do you plan, Doc, with the data that you're going to gather? We have 3 different hybrid setups, experimental, all at this stage. One for Ateneo, may iba silang hybrid system. One for LaSalle, may iba din silang hybrid system. And one for the general population ng Topnotch, non-Ateneo, non-LaSalle. We're going to gather data from your batch on what is the best hybrid system, hybrid schedule, hybrid program. And then we're going to apply it, okay, for October 2024. Okay? So, pasensya na guys. Okay, regarding the on-site, face-to-face, ganun ang pagkakagawa pa for your batch. Kasi we're trying to go into that direction. Ano ang magandang hybrid program. Okay? Kayo yung first basically na pwede na hindi na masyadong malaki yung mga limitations compared to 2020, 2021, 2022. Okay? So next. Troubleshooting the QR code. So kindly check your Topnotch online primer. It's listed there. Okay? Anything technical. Doc, hindi gumagana yung QR code. Doc, hindi ko ma-access yung Topnotch online portal. Doc, may problema sa handout printing ko. Any technical matter, message your MG via Viber. Any academic matter. Doc, hindi ko maintindihan itong concept na to sa handout. Okay? Doc, pa-explain po kung paano nangyayari ito. Whatever subject, any academic concern, diretso sa akin. Kindly message me on Facebook only. Okay? I try to compartmentalize my messages. So Facebook lang, Enrico Paulo Bansuela. Dalawa yung accounts ko sa Facebook. Okay, yung Enrico Paulo Bansuela, yung i-click nyo, hindi yung Enrico Paulo Bansuela 2. So yung original, yung primary account ko. Hindi ko binabasa masyado yung Enrico Paulo Bansuela 2. Message me, introduce yourself properly, full name, med school, student number. Pakilala na kayo matino guys, then ask your questions. Doc, halimbawa, bakit ganito po yung sagot sa question na to? Doc, bakit po, ano po ang concept na to? Hindi ko po siya magets nung binabasa ko yung handout or nung nakikinig po ako sa lecture. If I don't know the answer, I forward them to your teachers and then I give the teacher's reply to you. So Facebook Messenger lang please, nothing on Viber. Okay, I tend to utilize Viber for teachers and MGs. And then Facebook for students. Okay? Next, Doc, recommended schedule. We're going to give you a schedule on what to do from day 1 all the way to the last day ng medboards. But you also need a separate schedule on what you need to do daily. Okay? There are recommendations on the internet, okay, from past top-notch students on how to study. And Twitter, maganda yung kay Kim MD, kay Rosas, okay, kay Doc Tina, okay? Meron silang mga recommendations on how to study, okay? Kung ano yung magiging schedule. Take a look at that para meron kayong different perspective. Okay, all of these are past students naman, okay? However, here's my personal recommendations for most of our students, okay? And I'll tell you the rationale. Okay, wake up at 5 a.m. and then from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., you answer immediately 100 item practice test. Okay, 1 hour. Allot 1 hour just to answer that 100 item practice test. And then allot another hour to read the explanations and reflect on those explanations. Do this while your mind is still fresh and do this early in the morning, okay, to set the tone for the rest of the day when you study. I did that for my own board exams. Ang nangyayari, okay, pag nag-answer ako kagad sa umagang-umaga ng practice test, ang nangyayari no, pag nagbasa ako ng subject na yon during the day, nakikita ko, uy, tinanong ko doon sa practice test ha. So ito pala yung explanation. Ito pala yung concept na kailangan ko matutunan. Okay? That is, for me, the better approach. Okay? Other students, halimbawa yung kay Doc Kim, ang ginawa niya is yung practice test, ginawa niya sa gabi. Yun yung pampatulog niya. Okay? Pwede naman. Okay? It becomes now a matter of preference. Okay? So parang ito, nag-aral ka, and then yung inaral mo, ginagamit mo ngayon, okay, to be applied in terms of after answering practice test. Pwede din yung approach na yan, na yung practice test sa gabi before you sleep. But I personally prefer, and I personally recommend to students, do them early in the morning para fresh pa yung utak and to set the tone for the rest of the day. Okay? Doc, paano kung makakuha ko mababa, madidepress ako? Huwag kang madepress. You have to be humble and accept the fact that when you're answering this practice test, you're going to get low scores. Okay? Para kayong niluluto pa eh. Hindi pa kayo fully cooked. So I expect that in your practice test, you get grades of 30, 40, 50. And then gradually it will go up. It will go up probably to as high as 70, very close to the med boards. Okay? So if you're getting 40s, 50s, especially at the start of the program, that is normal. Relax. Okay? Learn. Okay? Next is to incorporate exercise, okay, in your schedule. So halimbawa, 7 a.m. to 8:30, exercise, bath, breakfast. Breakfast, you can skip that. Okay? Just do intermittent fasting. Probably right now, for a lot of students, please do the 16-8. Try it out lang for 1 week. Okay? Sharper ang utak nyo dyan. Trust me. Okay? Next, Study the handout, watch the lecture videos 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon. Okay? Then mental health break from 12 to 1. During this time that you're taking your lunch, so dyan na kayo mag-social media kung kailangan nyo, manood ng konting TV, okay? Makichika, tawag sa boyfriend, girlfriend, okay? Study again from 1 to 5. Dinner, mental health break again, another round for 2 hours. So kain, social media, chika, nood ng TV. Okay? Study the handouts again from 7 to 10, and then sleep from 10 to 5 a.m. There's 7 hours of sleep here, and there's about, what? Close to 3 hours of mental health breaks. Ang preference ko talaga and recommendations for the student is dapat yung mental health breaks nyo, small but daily, rather than ilalump sa mo. Yung iba kasi, Doc, pwede bang pukpok ang aral ko Monday to Saturday, and then Sunday, I would rest the entire day. I don't recommend doing that. Personally, malaki unang-una, magkakaroon ka lang ng FOMO kapag Sunday Tapos may kita mo, yung iba nag-aaral, tapos ikaw hindi. Basta iba yung pakiramdam. Okay? What I would prefer that you do is that you take breaks, small breaks every day. So yung mental health breaks nyo, dyan. 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Hindi ka na makakain ng 2 oras 15 minutes, 20 minutes, tapos ka na kumain. Then for the next 2 hours, disiplinado, do whatever you want. Masahe, chores, okay? Tawag sa boyfriend, date ng konti, nood ng TV ng konti. Okay? So this schedule will incorporate already the recommended number of hours of sleep, 7 hours. It will incorporate the time for practice test. It will have about what? Okay, several hours of studying. Okay? We have the numbers here. Hindi ko nalagay yung numbers. Ito. So this schedule will already have 12.5 hours of studying per day, 2 hours for the practice test, and 10.5 hours for handouts and videos. Okay? Doc, paano po ang target namin when it comes to the handouts, when it comes to the video lectures? I'll show it to you later. My preference, my recommendation now is habang pinapalabas yung video, binabasa nyo na yung handout ng sabay. Without pausing, without rewinding. Okay? Next, this schedule will incorporate 1 to 3 hours for mental health breaks, and it will incorporate 7 hours of sleep. So I think this is a good schedule, the one that I can recommend to most of our students. You can modify this, of course. Okay? Ultimately, at the end of the day, we are just your coaches and you're still the players. You can only advise. Okay? And it's you who will determine, okay, the extent that you will follow. Okay? This recommendation is based on our experience and based on what's written, again, in the literature. You can modify that, as some of our students have modified their schedule. What's important is that you have a regular schedule that you really follow. Hindi pwede yung, Doc, susundan ko yung schedule ko na ganito, then the next day, Doc, mag-extend ako ng konti ng or Doc, nakalimutan ko na yung schedule ko hindi ko nasunod That's a road to perdition. Dapat may konting military-style mindset. 5 a.m., gigising, 10 p.m., matutulog. This hour, mag-aaral, kakain, papahinga. Okay? Disiplinado every day for the next 2.5 months. Okay? While exercising, walking and biking, do your reflection. Again, turn off or limit your social media. Now, when it comes down to it, Doc, anong mas importante for you? Practice test or yung handout lecture videos? What will we prioritize? Kung halimbawa, gipit na po talaga. And all things being considered, prioritize the practice test. Prioritize the practice test even over and above the handouts or videos. Because if you important is you properly do the practice test. Just like what I told you earlier, kung yung practice test, binasa mo lang yung tanong at explanation. Parang nagbasa ng handout, useless, totally useless. Answer it properly, 1 to 100. Check it, score. Okay, look at the explanations and reflect kung bakit ka nagkamali. That's the proper way to do practice testing. Minimize the use of highlighters. If you use highlighters, just one color, yellow. Do not shade everything. I'll tell it to you later. Discuss natin yan. Words and buzzwords is for reinforcement. We have discussed that. Use top-notch materials exclusively. Filter advice coming from previous medboards takers, just like what I have told you earlier. Everything that they have said to you, nasabi na rin sa amin yan. Finilter na natin lahat, hundreds. Literally hundreds of feedback. Okay? When students approach me saying, Doc, pwede po bang mas marami ang on-site classes ng Topnotch? I've realized that they're not requesting for on-site classes because merely of the on-site format ng lecture. Lecture is lecture, whether it's online or on-site. Okay? Someone will talk, PowerPoint will be shown. Okay? I've realized after some time that what they're looking for is not really an on-site class, but what they're looking for is social support. The online learning is individual. Rarely do you have classmates na 10, 100 in a room with you. So there is a need for social support, unspoken need for social support from our students, okay, desiring these face-to-face on-site classes. My recommendation, okay, guys, top hybrid is really the way to go. Get your social support from your top-notch MGs and mentors. Treat them not as employees. Treat them as fellow doctors, fellow humans. Okay? Kaibiganin, kabarkadahin nyo sila dahil talagang gusto kanilang pumasa at tutulungan kanila. Okay? Get on-site friends as much as possible. Having roommates, especially close to the board exams, is better than having anonymous friends from Twitter, anonymous friends from Discord. Okay? Doc, magdi-video on naman kami. Okay lang din. There's a certain percentage ng population ng Topnotch na natutulungan by anonymous friends from Twitter, anonymous friends from the Discord group chats. Okay? But based on our experience, guys, better pa rin na actual person na kaya mong i-hug, kaya mong kumain with them. Iba talaga yung impact in terms of social support, in terms of mental health. So if you can, magkakabarkada, magkakaklase, magkakabarkada, this is probably the last time that you're going to see each other. Okay? The next few years, you're going to see each other na lang pag may kasal, may binyag, may namatay. Okay? So maximize the time, bunk in with them. Highly recommended for your batch. Good way to get that social support. You won't even need now face-to-face on-site classes kung may social support ka eh. Malaking bagay na. Okay? Benchmarking, diagnostic midterm finals, take these exams. High or low, okay? Take the exams. Now, we have a lecture video series for you regarding this one, okay? Ineffective and effective learning strategies. So based on the literature, I can cite them. I can give the actual papers to you, not just paper, several papers. What are ineffective learning strategies? Okay? So one is rereading. Okay? When we do second reading sa Topnotch, yung sa mastery, it's not really rereading. It's active reading dapat. Ano ibig sabihin noon? You have to reflect on what you have read. Kung magbabasa ka for the second time, hindi dapat parang binabasa, highlightan mo lang siya uli. Nagre-reflect ka dapat, ano yung alam ko dati sa topic na to? Paano to pwedeng itanong sa exam? Paano ako malilito pagdating ng medboards ko dito? Okay, those are the questions that you will ask. That is active reading now, in a nutshell. Okay, highlighting and underlining are also not helpful in increasing your grades. Surprise, surprise. Most students, they over-highlight. And when you over-highlight, basically the things that's supposed to stand out will not stand out. And you won't remember them. In Fisho, we have what we call the guided highlighting technique. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Everything that you need to highlight, I've already identified for you in the Fisho main handout. Naka-bold italicized na sila. We're trying to do that also for the other 12 subjects. For now, okay, try to limit consciously the amount of text that you are highlighting. Kasi wala pa ako nakitang taong nag-highlight ng mabilis, lahat yan mabagal. Okay, feeling nila, pag ni-highlight ko to, Doc, may osmosis, ma-absorb ko. Katarantaduhan yan, guys. Okay? Highlighting slows you down. It would have been better to write short notes on the white part of your handout rather than the highlighting. Proven by evidence. Highlighting decreases scores of student, not increase. Okay? Mnemonics, surprisingly, creating mnemonics does not help the student increase their scores in an exam. Okay? Why though? Well, two reasons. Number one, basically students take up too much time in writing these mnemonics, time better spent for the more effective strategies. And number two, okay, a lot of students, okay, hindi magaling gumawa ng mnemonic. Nagtitake ng dramatically greater mental effort to memorize the mnemonic than just memorizing the actual content. That's why for most students, we don't recommend that you create mnemonics on your own. Now, every once in a while, you get diamonds in the rough eh. Halimbawa, in 100 student, may isang estudyante, magaling talagang gumawa ng mnemonic. We'll have a mnemonics contest in Topnotch so that we can gather the very best mnemonics that you have. Okay? I'll discuss that at the end of my official lecture with you. Okay? But right now, for most students, creating your own personal mnemonics, we don't recommend. Ineffective. Too much time. Students are usually not good enough in creating the mnemonic. Imagery for text, creating drawings, same reason as mnemonics. It takes up too much time. Students are not trained to do them properly. They're not good. Summarizing, ganun din. Okay? Too much time. Students are not good in summarizing. So these are all ineffective learning strategies. What are the effective learning strategies though? Number one on the list is practice testing. The use of flashcards, practice test, okay? All of these, the use of Cornell notes, we have that in the lecture video series, how to do Cornell notes. Practice testing, boom, proven, okay, by evidence to increase your grades. Distributed practice, okay, so small, frequent chunks, way before the exam rather than cramming, okay, also proven to increase grades. Interleave practice, involving cross-training integration of topics. Some students have done this. Halimbawa, ang aral nila, sa halip na anatomy, physio, biochem, gagawin nila by system. Cardiovascular physiology, for example, aralin nila yung anatomy, physio, pato, na pang cardiovascular. Can we do this, Doc, for the board exams? You can do that pagdating siguro ng mastery period, second reading. But during the time na ano pa tayo, main lectures, main videos, just do it per subject. Don't do it yet on a per system basis. And even for most students, ito kasing advice of interleave practice, this is more, I think, for med school talaga. When you try to integrate information across subjects, our med boards is not integrated. It's not according to systems. It's according to subjects. It's in silos. Basically, ang board exams natin. So interleave practice na by systems yung approach for most students, especially struggling students, no, we cannot advise. If you do that, if ever you want to do that, do it during the mastery period once the 12 subjects nabasa nyo na. Okay? During your second reading. Elaborative integration is asking yourself, why is this concept true? Effective. Self-explanation, teaching to yourself, also effective. So these are the 5 effective learning strategies. So we have a lecture series for this, discussing this even more. Watch that. Okay, watch that today. Next, it's not the number of hours that you study or the number of hours that you sleep that's important. What's important again is how regular you stick to your schedule. Okay? Kung gigising ka ng 6, dapat gising ka palagi ng 6. Kung natutulog ka ba 11, dapat natutulog ka ba 11. Kung nag-aaral ka ng 8 a.m. to 12, dapat nag-aaral ka every day ng 8 a.m. to 12. Hindi mo papalitan as much as possible yung schedule mo. Okay? So ang board exams, guys, gamitan nyo yan ng book smart. Don't try to street smart the med boards. You're going to fail. Okay? What do I mean when you say street smart? Surprisingly, we had students last year who attempted to street smart the boards na ang aral nila, ginawa nilang Twitter University. Nag-aaral sila ng mga mnemonics, tables na pinopost ng mga anonymous people sa Twitter. Ganun yung mini-aral nila. So, and they entertain themselves by being in Twitter all the time. Every few hours, they have a Twitter post. To the point ngayon na ang dami na nilang followers because of it. So, it fed yung energy na yun. Naging cloud chaser na. So, hindi ko naman mapagsabihan. I wanted to tell them, please decrease the amount of time you're spending on Twitter. It's not useful. Hindi ko mapapagsabihan. Alam ko, magagalit pag pinagsabihan eh. I monitor them. Sabi ko, tingnan natin kung mangyari sa boards niyan. Kasi ang feeling ko talaga delikado sa boards. And boom, after the board exam, sakto, yun nga yung nangyari. Hindi po masayang estudyante. And it's obvious. Why? You didn't spend enough time studying. You spent a lot of time entertaining yourself on social media. Okay? Naging irregular yung aral mo. Sa halip na mag-aaral ka, dire-diretso na 8 a.m. to 12, for example, every once in a while, napapa-Twitter ka, okay? Binabasa mo yung nasa Twitter, na-entertain ka, kahit nag-aaral ka na, yung pa rin nasa isip mo, yung na-post. So, concentrate. Limit talaga your social media for now. Okay? Limit. Now, there will be mental health days. I call them mental health days. These are days na magbi-breakdown ka talaga. Inevitable. It happened to me also. 2 or 3 days talaga, hindi ako mag-aaral the whole day. Wala talagang pumapasok. I'm burnt out. Okay? When that happens, when burnout occurs, and it will occur for almost everyone, be gentle on yourself, take the day off. Go to a movie, pa-spa, mag-swimming, do anything to relax you. Okay? Give that day for your mental health. But, okay, try and limit that to 2 to 3 days in the span of 90 days. Hindi yun, Doc. Pag may mental health, weeks ako. Okay? 2 linggong mental health. Talagang happy-happy lang. Limit. 2 to 3 days in a span of 90. So kung nakaisa ka na, allow yourself just another 1 or 2. Okay? Analyze the effect of social media in you. Kasi for a lot of students, and for me, for example, pag nakabasa ako ng rant sa Twitter, okay, kung halimbawa, nagtitake ako nakabasa ako ng rant, ang effect sa akin is, hindi ako nagiging, uy, I need to help this person kasi nagrarant siya sa mundo. Ang feeling ko nagiging negative din eh. Parang, hindi rin ako makabasa. Hindi siya makaaral, hindi rin ako makaaral. So, negative ang effect sa akin. Other people is positive. Yung empathy nila, yung desire nila to help that person, natitrigger. If you're that person, sige, continue mo. Pero if you're the type na negatively affected by post ng other people, lalo na yung negative rants, minsan naging negative din yung effect sa atin eh. Kahit hindi tayo pinapatamaan, kahit iba, okay? Negative. Actually analyze, why do some of these people post at Twitter? Some are posting na, classic ganito eh. Ako lang ba ang hindi pa nakakaaral o kayo din? Ako lang ba ang mababa yung grade o kayo din? So basically parang naghahanap ng something na kakampi, basically. Nothing bad in doing that, okay? But just analyze its effects in you, okay? Yung maghahanap ng kakampi kasi sa Twitter, guys, if you say, ako lang ba ang hindi nakaaral o kayo din? Of course, ang sasagot sa'yo dyan, yung hindi nakaaral. Hindi sasagot sa'yo dyan yung nakaaral na. Okay? Kasi mahihiya, magmumukhang mayabang. So you're going to get a bias in terms of your results. So it's not a good way to benchmark. Way to benchmark is still, okay, diagnostic midterm finals. Analyze the effect of social media in you, okay? Use it for personal reflection. You can maintain it, just limit the use. Use it to promote positive social interaction, good vibes, okay? And use it for, well, definitely for entertainment. Never use it for clout chasing. We have that last year. Let's go. Sarap pagsabihan. Never use it for hardcore studying. Guys, kung magpo-post kayo sa Twitter or sa Discord ng mga pang-academic, I would recommend ang i-post nyo is a question. Gawa kayo ng question, practice test question with choices. Rather than tables, rather than mnemonics, post questions. Yun, nakaka-trigger pa ng curiosity tsaka ng approach ng student eh. Parang magsisilbi siyang practice test eh. Pero yung mga data, mga ano talaga, tables, mnemonics, guys, wag. Okay? You will just overwhelm the student. Okay? The other students when you do that. That's my personal advice. I won't stop you, but I would recommend that you do practice questions. Yun ang ipopost nyo sa social media rather than data mismo. Never use it, of course, to hurt other people. Avoid rants against other people, especially fellow doctors. Good karma points. You want to obtain good karma points for the boards? Actually, more than obtaining good karma points, you want to be kind because it's the right thing to do. So, yung mga anger sa buhay to the point that you're hurting other people, okay, fellow doctors, for example, please do not do that. We also had students who did that, their fellow students, and sometimes to the teachers. Super bad. Okay, nagkaroon ng issue dati noon. One student made fun of the teacher who had a cleft lip and palate na repaired. So, hindi niya, tanga eh, hindi niya alam na, hindi niya nakita naman ng ibang mga estudyante immediately na may repaired cleft lip and palate yung teacher at that time. So, super bad. It went viral. Okay, yung paghirit niya dun sa teacher na yon, kumalat hanggang dun sa teachers, administrators ng school niya. Okay, and ng school nung teacher. To the point ngayon na kailangan mag-apologize nung team to the other team. Super bad. So, okay, please be careful on what you post. someone will take a screen cap if you post something that bad. Okay, send it to us. Okay, so please avoid doing that. Okay, pakiusap ko na lang. In terms of the teachers at Topnotch, guys, marami tayong teachers at Topnotch on a per subject basis. Okay, I was the one who personally have chosen them all, and I've chosen them for a reason. I'm going to tell it to you with each subject when I introduce them. So they come in various types, some are board exam top-notchers. Most are from the Topnotch program. Okay, all of them very good. All of them will answer your questions. Okay, all of them are excellent teachers. So some of them will include si Dr. Tiffany Uy, yung dating halos na perfect yung grades during pre-med. Valedictorian din ng class 2020 ng UP Med. Si Prince Rubio, who will teach you in several subjects, biochem, physio, micro. Dr. Lupomir Antonio, probably the best teacher in surgery in the Philippines, my opinion. Lon Baticolon, the best biochem teacher in the Philippines, bar none. Dr. Gabby Flores for pharma. Dr. John Borbe for micro. These are two young and very, very good teachers. Okay, watch the lecture videos. Okay, one of the worst things that you can do in Topnotch, again, is to just read the handouts and never watch the lecture videos. That will not be sufficient, especially for struggling students. Okay? Students with high grades in med school, you can get away with just reading the handouts. Students with very high grades in med school will actually get away with not studying for the med boards at all. Just doing practice test, enough na. But for most students, especially struggling students, okay, those who didn't have good grades during med school, you need to read the handouts, watch the lecture videos, all 12. Do not cherry pick. Okay? Panoorin nyo na lang, i-benchmark nyo yung sarili nyo sa mga nasa top. Hindi yan nag-cherry pick. Yung sinatif, uy, for example, talagang hardcore, binasa niya lahat ng handouts ng Topnotch, lahat ng lecture videos ng Topnotch, lahat ng MG sessions, nandoon siya. She was very, very active sa Topnotch. And she topped the med boards. She would have topped the med boards nonetheless without us. But it helped that she was there and active, utilizing the Topnotch materials. Do that, okay? For the general population, and we would recommend handouts, videos, all 12 subjects, all our advice, okay? Take it, apply, follow, okay? The Platinum books, Doc, do you recommend that we read this for the med boards? No, you don't need to. The Platinum books were created for clerks and interns rotating at the respective departments. However, if there's something that I can recommend for your med boards, it's probably the board correlates portion of the 4th edition ng IM Plat. Okay. Also, the board correlates portion of the incoming surgery Platinum 2nd edition. Okay, but other than the board correlates ng dalawang books na yan, goods na kayo with the Topnotch handouts. Okay? Preparing for the boards, you need yellow highlighters, red ball pens. The yellow highlighter, choose this color alone so that it will stand out against the black text. Red ball pen, choose that color alone so that it will stand out against the black text. Your primer will give you the brands that they recommend based on our experience. We're not sponsored by any of those brands. Yun lang talagang nakita nilang pinakamaganda as for the highlighter and for the red ball pen. How much do we need to buy, Doc? So classic tradition is for students to take a picture once they pass of all their handouts and all the highlighters and red ball pens that they have used for that boards. So ganito basic alam ang kakailanganin nyo for the duration of the med board. So later on, mag-shopping na kayo, okay, na mga gamit ninyo. Ganyang kadami kakailanganin nyo, ganito kadaming papel din kakailanganin ninyo. Okay? I would also recommend that you procure, buy or borrow, like borrow lang, earplugs and noise cancelling headphones, especially if you're going to study in coffee shops or in an environment na maingay. Okay? Super useful. Eventually kasi mabubore ka na magbasa sa bahay all the time. So eventually you'll want to study outside in a nice coffee shop. When you study in that coffee shop, use this noise cancelling headphones. You don't even need to listen to music. You just turn on the noise cancelling function. Okay? And yung noise sa background mo, boom, mawawala talaga. Very nice. You don't need to buy. Okay? You can just borrow. Borrow from a friend, previous student who have used them. Okay? If you buy, there are cheaper options. This is the best yung boss na noise cancelling, but it's quite expensive. So borrow or buy mga cheaper alternatives. Meron yan sa Shopee. Okay? In terms of the color grades that you're going to have, green, yellow, and red will be reported to you. Okay? Green means you belong to the top 60% in terms of the percentile rank. Red means you belong to the bottom 20% in terms of percentile rank. And yellow means you're somewhere in between. So parang traffic light, go, okay, beware, and then stop. Okay? If you're getting greens in our diagnostic exam, midterm exam, final exam, it means whatever it is you're doing, just continue doing it. If you're getting yellow, whatever it is you're doing, do more. So you need to increase the quantity. And if you're doing red, it means you need to change the quantity and the quality of your study. So you need to improve if you get a grade of red. Doc, if I get a grade of red, will it mean I will fail the med boards? No, of course not. Okay? It's just a warning. The same way that your NMAT won't determine whether you pass or the board or not. At the end of the day, it will depend on your preparation after internship. Getting reds is just a warning. It's a good warning. It's like telling you your blood sugar is high. It's like telling you your ECG is abnormal. Or there is something to improve upon. Okay? So take the exams. If you're getting reds, talk to a mentor or talk to your mother. Okay? Next. Some questions, FAQs. Doc, patok ba yung top notch? Lalabas ba lahat ng tinuturo nyo? The answer is no. Okay, hindi lalabas lahat ng tinuturo natin. Hindi rin natin mapre-predict lahat ng tanong sa board exams. Medicine is simply too vast. Our time is too limited. Even if we give you the very best teachers in the Philippines. Ronnie Batz is the best teacher in biochem in the Philippines. Lubomir Antonio is the best teacher in surgery in the Philippines. Even if we give you the very best teachers, very best handout, very best effort, end of the day, in the med boards, you will still require what you've learned from med school. You will still require testmanship skills because the med boards is an imperfect exam. In an ideal world, yung tanong sa med boards ay nakabase sa textbooks and clinical practice guidelines. So in an ideal world, yung handouts ng Topnotch at lecture videos natin, naka-base din doon sa textbooks na yon. And then, in an ideal world, patok 100% lahat ng tinuturo natin. Lahat na lumabas sa questions sa boards na cover natin. Unfortunately, the weak link here is not really yung sa Topnotch na program. We have good teachers here and we get feedback on yung nangyayari and we improve on every batch. The weak link here is our system of quality assurance. The med boards is created by examiners via the 1959 Medical Act law. That law states that there are 6 doctors. They can create questions for subjects that they're not even sometimes an expert of. Meaning you can create patho questions even if you're not a pathologist. And there is no quality assurance system. Meaning walang mag-check kung yung ginawa nila appropriate ba for the boards. So the only way to go around this is to have leakage. If you know the questions coming in advance, then you can teach it and then students patok 100% yung tanong mo. But we won't do that in Topnotch. We'll never cheat. Okay? I personally have not cheated, okay, in med school pagdating sa exam. Ang yabang ko is such that gusto kong makuha yung grades that I deserve. If I deserve to fail, then I will fail. I will learn, become better. If I pass, then masarap ang kain ko mamaya dahil alam kong wala akong dinayang tao. Okay? Now, why do we have, yesterday we gave you the, before I go to this, yesterday we gave you the oath of integrity. And we had you recite that oath of integrity. Why did we have you recite that oath of integrity? When we were starting out in 2007, okay, maganda yung feedback ng mga estudyante about our performance. They enjoyed their time with us. They recommended us to their peers who took the med boards 2 to 3 years down the line. 2 to 3 years down the line, okay, every batch, we usually have a grand top-notch party. Meaning at the last day ng med boards, may party on-site doon sa same class venue. Sagot namin lahat. Alak, pagkain, lahat, the works. And that's usually well-attended. There was this one batch na hindi siya well-attended. Bawas ng konti. So I asked the students, oh, bakit wala yung ibang students from this school? Why didn't you come? Sabi nila, sir, nagtatampo po sa inyo. Sabi ko, oh, anong ginawa ko? Ba't nagtatampo sa akin? Anong nangyari? Sir, kaya daw po sila nag-enroll sa Topnotch is para makakuha ng advantage. So, in-expect po nila yung finals exam po natin, yun na, patok po dapat for the boards. I was shocked kasi basically, the implication of that is that they enrolled thinking na kaya maraming nag-enroll sa Topnotch is because may leakage. Okay? So they were expecting na yung final question, yun na ang lalabas sa med boards. So I was so shocked and disappointed. Actually told my friends, I'm planning to close Topnotch down. He said, I don't need this. I can go to the US, okay, earn money there. I can go do something else with my life. I don't like the fact that kung hindi ako nandaya sa med school, ganun ako yung yabang ko, ayoko yung estudyante ko na tinuruan ko at binigay ko lahat, will expect me to cheat for them. Yun yung parang, ayoko yun yung underlying implication na review center ka, therefore may leakage ka. I hate that. I don't want that. I was convinced by my friend, si Robert Arias. Sabi niya, Broly, gago ka kasi, kasalanan mo yan eh. Ba't ka naging kasalanan? Hindi mo na-orient properly yung mga estudyante mo. Kung in-orient mo properly yan, na walang leakage sa Topnotch, okay? At the end of the day, old school, aral na matino, turo na matino ang gagawin mo. Kung tinuruan mo in-orient mo properly yan, they won't expect. Realize that he's correct. That's why, guys, in your diagnostic midterm finals, you will recite that oath of integrity. When you filled up the Google form, di ba? There's something about integrity there, about not expecting us to cheat for you. Okay? And throughout the process, that will be reinforced by your Mother Goose mentors. Okay? Laban tayo ng tapat. Okay? Tuturuan namin kayo, okay, ng tapat. Wala tayong leak, hindi tayo, so nagbayad yung mga estudyante ng ganito, huwa tayo ng someone from PRC. Alamin natin yung questions in advance, tapos ituro natin. Walang ganon, guys. So, you have to really study as hard as you can. Follow our advice as best as you can also. Okay? We will never be able to predict the new trends in the exam. Wala tayong leak. Okay? We will never be able to, halimbawa, nung nagkaroon ng revamp nung 2015, 2020, okay? Hindi natin ma-predict ang mga new trends when they happen. Okay? Our advice is based on the recent trends ng mga med boards. And we're very diligent and disciplined when it comes to this. Hundreds of feedback, several SGDs, okay? To learn what has happened, what can be improved upon. Okay? If trend breakers happen in terms of the source of question, content, and style, we will not be able to predict that. So be aware na yun yung limitation sa Topnotch. Hindi siya patok in a way that you think. Hindi siya patok in terms of, Doc, kailangan yung tinuro mo sakto, yan yung lalabas. O kailangan lahat ng lumabas sa exam, na-cover nyo. Okay? We have the limitation of playing it honestly. Okay? Actually, for all the review centers naman sa PLE right now, tapat naman talaga lahat yan eh. Wala. The leakage in medicine happened in the 1990s. Several students got 99, 100 in several subjects. Never been proven how. They were only able to prove statistically that that is impossible. You can look that up, Google that up. Okay? But right now, okay, wala na. I think the review centers and schools have learned from the 2006 nursing experience, the leakage there. I know they will pose problems, so wala. Okay? So please, never expect us to cheat for you, to have leakage. Okay? Hindi ma-cover lahat na ma-cover sa exam simply because it's too vast. And the exam is imperfect. They're not getting it from textbooks. They have crossover and trivial questions. There will be a lot of questions in the med boards that you will have to eliminate choices. Apply testmanship strategies that we will teach you. That's the unfortunate reality right now. Distance yourself. Yung feelings ninyo sa boards at yung feelings nyo sa Topnotch, hindi kami gumawa ng tanong. So, okay, magalit na, Doc, bakit ang hirap ng biochem? Doc, di kami gumawa ng biochem. Ibang gumawa niyan. We're only preparing you the best way that we can. It's like expecting the doctors, Doc, ba't ako nagkasakit? Ba't ako nagka-cancer? Ba't ako namatay sa cancer? If we have done our very best to diagnose, manage, and treat, okay, it stops there. So that's the limitation. We won't be able to cover everything. Okay? Will the Topnotch handouts and exam questions be error-free? Doc, OC ako eh. Dapat walang mali ang handouts, walang mali ang lecture videos. Honest answer, no, it won't. We won't be able to guarantee na error-free yan. Tao lang ang gumawa ng mga handouts na yan. Our handouts are 100 pages long per subject. And they are revised, updated every 6 months. Every batch, nirevise yung mga handouts ninyo for your batch, for example. Statistically, if you have 100 pages and you revise it every batch, there will be errors. Okay? We have 3 layers to prevent the errors. The teachers themselves are given instructions to double-check everything, the one who created the handout. Then there's a media team made up of residents and general practitioners that will do the layout and then double-check the facts na nandoon kung may mali. And then there's a third layer, which is the one who manages the media team as a final checker in terms of the layout, in terms of the facts contained there. Now, at the end of the day, okay, there will still be errors identified by students. Okay? Doc, hindi ba talaga pwedeng maiwasan? Absolutely, kasi nangangamba kami. Hindi talaga guys dahil nga ang laki ng number of pages. Kung 20, 30 pages lang yan, tapos hindi nare-revise every batch. Of course, after 2 or 3 batches, wala na talagang error. Yan, absolutely walang error. Pero dahil nare-revise at marami yung pages, inevitably, it will happen. So our goal is not to totally remove them, but to limit them to a certain number. Ano yung targets? For handouts of about 100 pages, limit the factual errors identified by the students, okay, to around less than 5. And for exams of 240 items, to limit it, the corrections, to less than 3. Yun yung instruction ko kapag yung isang diagnostic midterm finals, lumampas dyan, may trigger na yan kung bakit nagkakaroon ng ganong kalaking error. Ganon din for the handouts. Na pagsasabihan yung media team or yung teacher kung paano nangyari yon. Okay? But yung absolutely zero, okay, whether it's factual or not, or grammatical, pasensya na guys. Even textbooks will have errors. For example, in Harrison's a few years back, instead of typing photons, they type protons of light. Dumaan yun dun sa mas matinding editing team, nakalusot pa rin. Marirealize nyo yan when you become teachers and you start producing handouts, resource materials, and lectures on your own. Hindi siya maiiwasan, malilimit lang. The same way that you can't expect computer programs to be bug-free, okay? Can just try and limit them and then patch them up as you go along. Ganon din dito sa handouts natin. With the number of pages okay, and the constant revisions, okay, may error yan. When we have the errors, we will announce them during our summary lectures to you so we can correct your handouts. Probably for your batch, the errors will be found in the practice test, especially practice test set 2. Kasi yun yung bago, created by board exam top-notchers. Even if we have checkers for that, mayroon at mayroon makakalusot dyan. So please, be gentle on your feedback pagdating dyan. We try and limit them as best as we can. Okay, natatawa ako, naalala ko yung nangyari kay Prince Rubio. Si Prince Rubio is one of our teachers. When he was a student sa Topnotch, ang hilig niya, sobrang OC niya i-correct lahat ng mga errors, binibigay sa amin. Doc, nakita ko tong error na to. Bye, nakita ko tong error na to. Doc, nakita ko tong error na to. When he became a teacher in Topnotch, ngayon gumawa siya ng handout niya, nagbigay siya ng lecture. Nangyari din sa kanya yon. Yung mga estudyante sinabi, Doc, mali itong ginawa mong handout, may error ka dito. Doc, may error ka dito. So it humbled him. He realized na iba yung pag ikaw yung nagbabasa ng handouts for the exam, you will be able to identify the errors. Iba rin pag ikaw na yung gumagawa ng handout. He's OC. He wants to know errors dun sa handout niya. But at the end of the day, nalusutan pa rin siya. Meron at meron. So dito guys, okay, we limit, we announce those errors if we find them. Okay, we will announce them during the summary lectures that we have. Okay? So hindi naman madami yan. Usually, okay, makikita din ninyo agad. Pag nakita, i-discuss namin. Okay? Aayusin natin. So pasensya na guys in advance. Okay, we try to be perfect regarding this, but we simply cannot. Every batch, meron at merong collections. Okay? It's just the way the things are in Topnotch, okay? Because of the system of constant revision and large number of pages. Doc, anong gagawin natin kung ako ay mabagal magbasa? Okay? How do you actually read the main handouts? Okay? My personal advice, do several readings. You can do anywhere from 2 to 3. Okay? Strategy that I personally recommend, the one that I do, okay? Ang first reading ko will be quick, no memorization, okay? Minimal highlights, and then side notes lang. So, yung first reading ko, personally, is like, gusto ko lang matapos. Ma-highlightan, gusto ko lang parang maging ano siya, malagay yung mga markers ko, malagay yung, ma-organize yung data na binabasa ko by use of highlights in strategic locations, side notes in strategic locations. So, para kung ini-scout yung area, ganun yung dating sa akin ng first reading. So by doing this very light reading na wala pang memorization, okay, I get a feeling of, okay, natapos ko siya. Mababaw ang pagkakabasa ko pero natapos ko siya. Pag nag-second reading ka ngayon, during your mastery period, dito mo na ipupukpok, ibubuhos lahat. Memorization, active reading, meaning you reflect, ano yung alam ko dati dito, paano ito itatanong sa exam, ano yung mga traps, okay? So second reading, ito talaga yung actual main reading ko. Okay? Third reading, optional lang kung may oras pa, pero kung wala, okay na to. First and second reading. Other people will tend to switch this one. Yung first reading nila yung pukpok, and then yung second reading nila yung light. Hindi ko masyadong type yung second strategy na pukpukan ka agad sa first kasi usually it will create backlogs eh. Pag pukpukan ng aral mo dyan, mabagal ka eh. So ngayon hindi mo matatapos. May feeling of incompleteness na backlog and it will go for 12 subjects. So sa Topnotch guys pag natapos ng isang subject, halimbawa Fisio, ang allotted hanggang August 6 for example or August 8. Pag natapos yung August 8, pag next subject na, halimbawa anatomy, drop everything, go to anatomy. Huwag ka na yung parang may residuals pa na mag-fisio ka pa. Okay? Go to the next subject na. So if you do the second strategy na pukpok agad sa first, magkaka-backlog ka talaga at mag-compile, mag-snowball yung backlog na yan. So some people gusto yon kasi, Doc, at least kung natapos ko yung first reading ko, napukpok na. Okay? May parang feeling ako na na-mastered ko na kahit paano, kahit part ng material na yon. Whatever you're comfortable with. Okay? But just my personal recommendation is that first reading should be quick and a scouting period, basically. How do we relate it to the videos, Doc? Videos muna bago handouts? Or handouts muna bago videos? Or sabay? My recommendation, sabay. Okay? Kasi ang video lectures nyo nakabase sa handout. Naka-indicate sa bawat PowerPoint slide, yung page number tsaka location sa page, okay, being referred to by that particular PowerPoint. So you have to do it sabay. Yun yung pinaka-ideal for me. Para ka talagang nasa actual lecture room, may lecturer sa harapan, you have the handouts, dinidiscuss na yung lecture to you. Okay, try that out. You will see that pagdating ng Fisio ko, okay, ganun yung magiging strategy. Okay? Never pause, rewind. Okay? Kaya tumatagal ang panunod ng lecture videos. Yung mga estudyante, uy, magda-notes muna ako, di ko na-gets. Pause, rewind. Pause, rewind. Guys, ang 1-hour lecture magiging 5 hours pag ginawa mo yan. Tapos yung brain mo natitrain, uy, may capability ako to pause and rewind. Ergo, hindi ako masyadong makikinig. Subconsciously, mangyayari yan. Force yourself, train yourself to do this. Pag plinay mo, ipopause mo lang yan pag magsi-CR ka. Otherwise, watch it at a normal speed, write your notes, do your highlight. It will train your brain now to pay attention and to stick to the time. Okay? Pause mo kapag magsi-CR ka, no problem. But otherwise, yung pause, write notes, okay? And then ipopause mo, mamaya pa, wag. Okay? Pause, rewind, wag din. Doc, can we play it at a higher speed? Times 2, times 3. Okay? Hindi ko rin ma-recommend. For some subjects, pwede. I'll tell you kung what subjects pwede kayo na ma-recommend natin mag-fast forward kayo or mag-speed up nung playback speed. For surgery, pwede yon. For the other subjects like Fisio, mabilis na ako magsalita, guys. Bibilisan nyo pa yan. Mag-garble lang yung voice. So on a per subject basis, didiscuss natin sa inyo. Okay? Commitment sa Topnotch. This is a promise coming from me as your teacher. We will do everything we can to help you pass the legal way. We will exert everything. Okay? I will give my very best effort as your teacher, as your administrator in Topnotch to help you pass. My only hope, my only request from you is that you concentrate on the med boards. Do not pirate our materials. Report people who will do so. Okay? And listen to our advice. Follow and trust the process that we've set. Okay? I will help you pass the med boards. Give it your all. Yung tipong talagang pag si God nandito, kinuha ko, masasabi ko, pag tinanong ako kung ginawa ko lahat, masasabi kong binigay ko lahat. Magtiwala kayo sa sarili nyo, magtiwala kayo kay Lord, tiwala kayo sa program ng Topnotch. Okay? The med boards will be 80 days from now. 80 days to prepare. 2.5 months, basically, to prepare for the med boards. Lord, Doc, kaya ba yan? Kayang-kaya yan. 2016 all the way to 2019, 2 months naman talaga ang preparation sa board. 60 days nga lang nun You had 80 days. The March batch, yung halimbawa yung mga taga-FEU na mid-year, Okay, they only had 30 plus days to prepare for the med boards and they still passed. Okay, so 80 days is more than enough. Ideal is really 100, but because of the fact na nag-request din yung APMC na we start the review program, the lectures, only after internship for students to focus exclusively on internship. That's why nakita ninyo the online lectures, the orientation only started after internship. 80 days, okay, not optimal, but it is still sufficient for you to pass the med boards. Okay? Psych yourself up now. Okay? Talk to your friends, your families, your parents, okay, about the 3 possibilities. There are 3 possibilities in the med boards. Top the med boards, pass the med boards, or having delayed success. You need to talk to your friends, your families, your loved ones about this. What do I mean? You need to talk to your parents now about these 3 possibilities. In the eyes of your parents, hindi kayo babagsak ng boards. Anak nila kasi kayo, ganun yung yabang eh. Siyempre, parent eh. Hindi kayo babagsak ng boards, anak kita eh. Hindi ka babagsak ng boards, nag-aaral ka sa ganitong school, pinag-aral kita eh. Okay? You need to talk to them about the 3 possibilities. Mommy, Daddy, anong gagawin natin? Ganito yung mangyayari after the board exam. Anong gagawin natin for these 3 possibilities? Kung magtapo ba ako ng boards, baka meron tayong pa-prize dyan. Baka meron tayong trip abroad pag nag-top tayo. Okay? Pag pumasa po ako ng boards, baka meron din tayong prize dyan. Baka meron tayong kotse, kaya trip locally. Hindi po, Papa. Gusto ko po kayo usapin regarding sa ano pong gagawin natin pag bumagsak po ako ng boards. Ikakaya niyo po ba ako? Hindi niyo na po ba ako bibigyan ng allowance? I need to know your opinion. Your parent, you'll probably answer you this way. The same way that when I asked my parents, what would I do if I failed the boards? Okay? I asked them that one day before the board exams. And they told me this. Sabi sa akin, anak, kung bumagsak ka ng boards, ganito gagawin mo. Pagkatapos ng board exams, mag-aral ka uli at ipasa mo the next time around. Most parents, most of your family members will support you, okay? And tell to you that do what's within your control. If you fail, you rise up, aral ng matino, okay? Pass the med boards the next time around. Do not wallow in self-pity, okay? If you don't make it, okay? So, top the boards, pass the boards, delayed success. You talk to your parents. If they're here right now, okay, talk to them. How would you like to be treated when the results come out? If it's good or bad. Okay, that assurance that you always have your parents' support is really, really big. Okay, talk to your girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, or wife also regarding these 3 possibilities. Your girlfriend, boyfriend will have an impact on your performance sa boards because they will affect the time and your concentration. Okay? Talk to them this way. Okay? Your boyfriend, girlfriend, especially if hindi sila showbiz, hindi nila maintindihan kung bakit kailangan ka mag-aral ng ganito ka-toxic for the boards. Eh. Okay? So you have to talk to them, especially if they're non-showbiz. Talk to them this way. Han, yes, darling. Okay? Magbo-boards na ako. Itong boards na to, nadyadyaryo to eh. Nakikita ng public lahat ng results eh. So we need to discuss possibilities. Okay? Pag nag-top ako, pumasa ako o hindi ako pumasa. Okay? Also, I would like to request something from you. Ano yun, Han? You need to give me time to concentrate on the board exams. So yung wag ka mag-isip ng masama kung hindi tayo makapag-date masyado. Kung yung mga dates natin, if ever meron, sa Starbucks lang. Okay? Kung tatawag ka, hindi ko masagot ka agad. Makasagot lang ako kapag lunchtime, dinner time. Okay? Tandaan mo, Han, ginagawa ko to hindi para sa akin, pero para sa ating future. So use that, okay? I'm doing this not just for myself, but for our future. Okay? Talk to them. Talk to your friends. If you know your friends are BI, bad influence, iinom, gigimik lang kayo, avoid them from now. Okay? The best people to hang out with are people different from you. If you're a boring introvert, get someone na extrovert, outgoing. If you're someone na studious, get someone less studious. You'll be the teacher, he'll be the student. Get someone different from you. Okay? After passing the boards, we have a moonlighting pre-residency seminar. We'll talk about this after the board exams na lang. After passing the boards, call your parents, be the first to tell them that you pass. That will be the happiest day sa buhay nila, especially if you're the first doctor in the family. Okay? Plan your life after you pass the med boards, career options, family. Okay? Write your CVs and learn the Moonlight Bay. Be kind to everyone. Okay? What have I learned? Past 17 years ng Topnotch. We're at 33rd batch. This is our original site in Fairview, the original class. Okay? The med boards is an imperfect exam. Repeated questions, crossover, trivial questions, questions coming from all over other than textbooks. Okay? The med boards is an imperfect exam. Therefore, the med boards, at the end of the day, is not a test of knowledge. The med boards is a test of character. What do I mean by that? Med boards is an imperfect exam. It's not a test of knowledge, but a test of character. Character is what you do when nobody is watching. Okay? Mag-aaral ka ba at home pag wala na yung lecture videos, pag mag-isa ka na lang? Nakikinig ka ba sa MG mo? Makikinig ka ba sa advice ng mentor mo? Susundan mo ba na dapat all 12 subjects sa top-notch lang? Okay? Wala nang iba. Okay? Will you take the practice test? Will you take the diagnostic midterm finals? Nobody is going to point a gun at your head and tell you to do this. It has to be voluntary. Your character now will be tested. The board exams will bring out the very best and the very worst in you. It will bring out the best and the worst in everyone. May it bring out the very best in you, and may you show your true character, the very best in your character. Okay? This is my favorite picture. It's a picture of burning of the ships. Okay? What's the story behind this? Okay, the burning of the ships. 2,000 years ago, the world was Roman. Rome controlled the entire world. Okay, how are they able to do that? Okay, one day there was a general whose name was Caesar. Caesar was instructed to conquer a land separated from Rome by a sea. Okay? So Caesar gathered his very best soldiers, placed them onto ships, and those ships sailed for that foreign land. The soldiers then disembarked and began marching towards the land they were supposed to conquer. Suddenly, Caesar shouted, "Soldiers of the Roman army, look behind you." And everyone looked behind them, and this was the scene that they saw. They saw their ships being burned by fellow Roman soldiers. Everyone in that army panicked and shouted, "Caesar, why are you burning down our ships? How are we be able to go back home?" And Caesar said, "Now you have no choice. Either we conquer this land, make everyone here our slaves, and they will build the ships for us to go home. Otherwise, you're going to die away from your homes, away from your loved ones." Of course, left with no other choice but to succeed, okay? That Roman army conquered the land that they were supposed to conquer. So what does it mean? What does it mean? What does this imply? You want to pass the board exams? You want to top the board exams? Then burn in your mind. Burn the ships of fear. Burn the ships of hate. Burn the ships of insecurity. Burn them all. Give yourself just one choice. Okay? The only choice that you have is to succeed. The only choice is that by the first week of November, when the results come out, you're going to see your name in the PRC website. Okay? Burn your ships and conquer the world. May you get that elusive PRC license. Okay? May you have the grandest party ever. We're going to have a party at the last day of the med boards. May you have the grandest vacation ever at the end of everything. Okay? At the end of this season. Okay? May you be one of the board exam top-notchers that we consistently have with every batch, okay? From on-site to online, okay? May you be one of them, okay? May you be able to post, okay? Usually parang may valedictory speech sa Facebook yung mga estudyante pagkasa ng boards, indicating yung mga handouts na ginamit nila, yung screen cap ng actual PRC result with their name on it. Okay, classic yan, nilalagay sa Facebook. Ginagawa pang pin post minsan ng mga estudyante to celebrate one of the happiest days of their lives, passing the med boards. So may this happen to you by November, by first week of November, 3 days after the last day of your med boards. May you have the streamers congratulating you for passing or topping the med boards, posted in your schools, posted in your hometowns, posted in your hospitals, posted in the streamers along the highways. Okay? Posted, okay, at the entrance of each town, of each barangay, May you have a marching band, okay, greeting you as you enter your hometown victorious from passing the med boards. May you have the grandest day ever at PICC during your oath taking. It used to be in Topnotch that our orientation is on-site and it's done only in PICC. Because we are very emotional pagdating dyan, we want that your day one, your first day and your last day to be in the same place at PICC. We wanted you to start your journey in PICC and end it at PICC. Not able to do that for this year. We'll probably try and do it for next year. Okay. So may you have the grandest day ever at PICC. Okay. When you take the med boards, may you be at your most beautiful, at your absolute best. Okay. When you take your oath. Okay. Together with your friends, in the loving embrace of your family, in the loving embrace of your loved ones. May you pass the med boards. May you get that 100% for your school. May you get the redemption that you're seeking. Okay? Congratulations in advance. Burn your ships. Conquer the world. Welcome to Topnotch. Thank you so much.